And Christian Yelich continues to man the leadoff spot. He will be the DH, and Jackson Chourio got the day off yesterday in Houston. He'll play center field and back second tonight. Bryce Terang, the second baseman, is hitting third. And William Contreras also off of an off day. He'll bat cleanup and do the catching. Jake Bauers, he hit that home run that won the game essentially in Houston on Sunday. He'll bat fifth and play left field again. Andrew Vaughn, the first baseman, is hitting sixth. Sal Frelick, the right fielder, bats seventh. Luis Rengifo back in at the hot corner, hitting eighth. And David Hamilton is tonight's shortstop and number 9 batter against Roop. The umpires are presented by Cannon and Dunphy. Ramon De Jesus is behind home plate. Paul Clemens has first base. The crew chief, Quinn Wolcott, has second, and Edwin Jimenez over at third. Cannon and Dunphy, trusted by Wisconsin families since 1985. Just like the umpires keep the game fair, Cannon and Dunphy fights for justice when it matters most. Cannon and Dunphy, Milwaukee's trusted personal injury attorneys. It's a beautiful night for a ball game, and when we come back to the On Deck Show, built by Menards, Lane Grindle's back with more on the Brewers Radio Network.
Every day in Wisconsin, scammers are working to steal Medicare dollars and personal information. June 1st through the 5th is Medicare Fraud Prevention Week, focusing on the actions everyone can take to prevent, detect, and report Medicare fraud. Learn more by liking and following Wisconsin Senior Medicare Patrol on Facebook. Then visit our website, smpwi.org. For information and assistance, remember, Wisconsin Senior Medicare Patrol.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game.
Communities. The skilled union laborers of Lyuna, Wisconsin are on the job. They're building and maintaining the infrastructure our Wisconsin residents, industries, and economy depend on every day. So when you see construction signs, orange barrels, and flashing lights, please slow.
The newfangled idea of the time was night games, and teams thought that the shiny material of satin would reflect the stadium lights better. But satin comes with all kinds of issues. Despite all its drawbacks, this shiny material really does create a show-stopping jersey.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Pena has a 9-game hitting streak going against the Texas Rangers going back to last season. Jeremy delivers deep to left field all the way back. Asuda, that ball's in the second deck. JP3 with his second home run of the series, and right away puts the Astros in front 1-0.
Tell you what, these Astro guys make me look good, feel good when they're playing good. Everything's good. There's that split grip. Split stays up. If you see it high, let it fly. And that's exactly what Jeremy Pena did.
And there's a shot into left field. Stanton on his way around to score. And the Yankees are on the board. First, it's 1-0 New York. Bouncer headed up the middle, and that's going to get thrown. Driving a couple of runs. Franked up and sent into the right center field gap. McMahon's going to score easily. They're going to wave Wills around. Plays to third. 5-0 New York. Another one headed for no man's land, but Harrison Bader read it well. Former Gold Glover comes up to make a very nice catch for the guy they call Big G, who has driven in a run with the third straight hit to open the 5th inning. Chopper for Jazz. Hot shot. And he makes the catch. That got out there on a line, and he's telling Jose Caballero, did you see that? I could watch Jazz Chisholm play. I mean, he plays with such joy. Only David Cohn, Ron Guidry, and Mel Stottlemyre had opening day starts of 6+ innings with 2 or fewer hits and no runs allowed.
Promise is simple. Your home beautifully painted and worry-free. Certa Pro Painters. That's painting happy. Get started today at Certa.
We play in Toronto. Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys, so when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya?
La comida dominicana ya no No sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
There's the feel, there's the results. The fire comes pouring out of Betts as he rounds the bases, his second home run of the game.
At the warning track near the wall, it's gone! It's gone! A grand slam! Vaughn Grissom has put the Angels in front. He's driven in 6 tonight.
And a soft line drive, Hamilton snares it. What a play by Hamilton.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, I didn't give him a shot off the bat to come down to that baseball.
Deep center, Schneemann back. He leaps up. He made an incredible catch. Oh, my goodness.
Back goes Jackson. Merrill.
Get it, Jackson.
Jackson!
Makes the catch. Jackson! Way to go, kid. Snatch it back. Yeah, we see ya. You're the man.
Rowan leading the team out of the dugout for the first inning. His only other start came on the road. He is out there to begin his warm-up tosses for the Brewers here tonight in the first of the 4-game series against visiting San Francisco. The Brewers trying to start the month of June just the way they left May, with a win. We wrap up the On Deck Show built by Menards, first with a roof update brought to you by Big Fish Contracting. Wide open tonight on a gorgeous Monday evening. It's been open now for the last 5 games here at home, I do believe. Big Fish, with decades of experience providing roofing, siding, and windows. Visit BigFishContracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry. As Drowan warms up, we'll drive around the league. Presented by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors, building Wisconsin together. Been a tough day for the Cincinnati Reds. They had to put Ellie De La Cruz on the injured list today with a hamstring injury. Then, right before the game, their ace pitcher, Chase Burns, was scratched at home against Kansas City due to an illness. And they're going with a bullpen day. Lyon Richardson started and gave up a grand slam to the Royals' Lane Thomas in the first inning. It is 4-1 Kansas City in the opener of that series in the bottom of the second. Fans, we're ready to roll with the game, which is brought to you by Boucher Automotive Group. Start your journey with confidence. We ride with you every mile. Visit Boucher.com. Brewers and Giants, first 4-game series of the season gets underway tonight for the crew, and to call it, here's Lane Grindle.
All right, thank you very much, Josh. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club. Shane Drowan, he has been a big part of this bullpen for the last month plus for the Brewers. And he gets ready to make just his second start of his young career. Casey Schmidt leads things off for the Giants. First pitch, a swing and a miss at a fastball at 94. And we're underway. It snowballs at 1 strike. Got underway on time at 6:40. The 0-1 pitch to Schmidt is chopped foul at the plate. Got a piece of his front foot. And he will skip out of the box and limp a little bit. No balls and 2 strikes here on Schmidt. 70 degrees at first pitch here. Roof is open. A beautiful night here at American Family Field. Schmidt has been swinging the bat very well this year for San Francisco. .294 average, 12 home runs, 33 driven in. And the pitch missed high, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The first pitch of Brewers baseball, by the way, brought to you by Carbliss. Premium cocktails in a can. Enjoy every pitch at American Family Field and find Carbliss right here inside the stadium. Carbliss, less is more. 1-2 pitch is high. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. He's been particularly good, has Schmidt, against left-handed pitching. A .411 average this year, 3 home runs and 13 driven in against lefties. And he fouls that one off of his front foot again. That was a slider. And it stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Schmidt. The right-handed hitter awaits the pitch from Drowan. And the 2-2 missed down and in. The count goes full. It's 3-2. He missed with a slider that time. Giants in their road grays with the black numerals trimmed in orange. This one's rolled foul over near the Giants' third base dugout. Count stays full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Schmidt has the orange cleats on tonight. Orange batting gloves as he stands in there. Drowan's 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball at 96. And a good start to this one for Shane Drowan. An ortho ASAP strikeout. And there's one away for Rafael Devers. Brewers wearing their home cream uniforms today. The cream tops, cream pants. The navy lids with the ball and glove logo on the front panel. Good clean look. Swing and a miss as Devers went after a fastball down and away at 97. It's 0-1. Devers had a big month of May. 306 average, 19 RBIs, had 20 extra base hits. That led baseball. Pitch missed outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Traded a little over a year ago to San Francisco from Boston. 1-1 pitch is a swing and a miss. Went after a fastball at 97. Drowan stuff's jumping so far here tonight in the early going. Fastball's been a big pitch for him, and it has been a big pitch in this top of the first so far. Devers uses his timeout, now climbs back into the box. Always has that open stance to start, then comes closed as Drowan brings home the pitch. And he just missed outside. That's a good miss. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Maybe a baseball and a half off the plate away. That's a tough take for Rafi Devers. 2-2 pitch is high with a fastball, and the count is full. It is 3-2. Devers hitting .253 overall on the year, 7 home runs, 30 driven in. So April was a tough month, but he turned it around in May. And that pitch missed outside, and Devers works the walk. Fastball at 95. Didn't miss by a lot, but it was out there. And so throwing some pitches to these first couple of Giants hitters. They've both gone full. Schmidt ended up striking out. Devers ends up drawing the walk. And now here's Luis Arraez, having another great year at the plate. .321 average, 2 home runs, 23 driven in. He takes a fastball high at 97. It's 1-0. Had a big month of May, hit .340. That was the best average in the National League amongst qualified hitters in the month of May. Drowan brings home the 1-0 pitch. That missed down and away, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Brewers defensively, Bowers in left, Churios in center, Frelick in right. Rengifo, the third baseman, Hamilton at short, Terang, the second baseman, Vaughn over at first, and Contreras behind the plate. Drowan's 2-0 pitch. He is a ground ball to second base. Terang has it, goes to second for 1. Hamilton's relay back to first in time. 4-6-3 it goes. The Brewers turn 2, and it's a 0 put up by Drowan in the top of the first. Double plays brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee, the Midwest's #1 entertainment destination. Slots, dining, sportsbook, poker, live entertainment. It's all here. There are endless ways to win. We go to the bottom of the first. No score on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, like, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it. But as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time. It is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
2 strikes on Hunter. This ball hit deep left field. Take a good look. You won't see it for long. It's a 1-run game. Second deck for Hunter Goodman. His first of the year. That thing went 435 feet.
You get the future Hall of Famer in for Hunter Goodman. Last year's Silver Slugger, the National League as a catcher. Just a rolling curveball. Dang it. Hunter Goodman's going to destroy it.
Riley Green looking to add on and maybe take a lead. Riley Green, fly ball right center field. This one's deep. Watch it fly. Gone. How about it? Riley Green's first of the postseason delivers a 4-3 lead for the Tigers in the 6th.
Wow, just stayed on that breaking ball. man, did he hammer that thing. That was 3/4 of the way up those seats out there in right center field.
The first inning is sponsored by Lakeland University. At Lakeland, your work and life experience count toward your degree, saving you time and money. Learn more at lakeland.edu.
We go to the bottom of the first inning. No score. Brewers and Giants. Landon Roop climbs the mound to make his 12th start of 2026. And Christian Yelich to lead things off for the Brewers. Yelich, the DH tonight, hitting .260 on the year, 4 home runs, 16 driven in. Roop out of the windup, brings home the first pitch, and that caught the outside edge with a sinking fastball at 94. It's 0-1. Stop in and pick up Giant sunflower seeds and other Giant snacks at your neighborhood Quick Trip. 0-1 to Yelich, in there for a strike on a sinker at 94. And it's 0-2. The Quick Trip around the bases presented by Giant Snacks, and tonight's contestant is Debbie Towns of Edgerton. Rope's 0-2 pitch, a swing and a miss at the curveball, and Yelich down on 3 pitches to open up the bottom of the first inning. Strikeout for Roop, and here's Jackson Churio. Yeah, if the Brewers score in the first inning, Debbie will win a $100 Quick Trip gift card, compliments of Giant Snacks and Quick Trip. So 1 away for Jackson, hitting .266 on the year, 2 home runs and 8 driven in. Roop's first offering is in there with a strike, and it's 0-1. Roop kind of funky with his delivery. Little cross body action, even out of the windup. Begins on the first base side of the rubber. And a swing and a miss at a cutter down and away. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Brewers haven't had great swings against him so far. 5 pitches and 5 strikes. 0-2 pitch to Jackson, and that's swung on and fouled back into the net, and he stays alive. Brewers baseball being brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer with great taste and only 96 calories. It's Miller time. Roop looking in. 0-2 to Churio. That missed outside, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Giants defensively, Schmidt in left, Cox in center, Lee's in right, Chapman at third, Adames the shortstop. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, got him with a curveball. Churio down on strikes, back-to-back punch-outs for Roop to begin this first inning. Yeah, the infield again, Chapman at third, Adames at short, Arise at second, Eldridge, the rookie, at first, and former Brewer Eric Haas does the catching. Eric Haas, a clubhouse favorite last couple of years. First pitch to Bryce Terang is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. No score, just getting underway here. Game 1 of just a 4-game homestand, a 4-game series with the Giants, then the Brewers back out on the road. 0-1, breaking ball, missed low with the curveball. That's the first pitch out of the zone so far by Roop in this inning, and thus in this game. 1-1 to Terang. That is maybe a touch high. 2 balls and 1 strike on Bryce. .263 average, 7 home runs, 31 driven in on the year for Terang. 2 ones down and away. There was the changeup that time from Roop. That's been a good pitch against left-handed hitters for him this year. But that one an easy take for Bryce, and he's ahead in the count, 3-1. Roop brings home the pitch, and Bryce fouls it out of play down the left field line, and the count is full at 3-2. Contreras awaits in the on-deck circle if Terang could reach. Three balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. This is lined down the left field line. That's going to get down for Terang. It'll be extra bases. Rolls into the corner. Bryce on his way to second. He's in there standing up with a 2-run double. $75 to the Mac Fund, courtesy of Westspin, the silver lining. 12th double of the season for Bryce Terang, and that has to feel good for Bryce. He's been scuffling a little bit at the plate. Had been 0 for his last 22 before that swing for Terang. So hopefully that gets him going again. And here's the cleanup hitter, William Contreras. Cleanup hitting home damage with Loyal Family, located in Muskego, serving southeastern Wisconsin and across the state. Don't let the out-of-towners handle it. Call locally owned Loyal Family Renovations for a free inspection today. Another chance to strike early for the Brewers. That has been a trademark of theirs of late. And the breaking ball missed outside. It's 1-0. It's a big curveball from Roop. The curveball and the changeup, the two big pitches for him. He'll run that sinker in there to try to get ahead at times. 1-0 pitch. There is that sinker. It missed low, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Contreras ahead in this at-bat. Roop out of this stretch, the pitch, and a fly ball into shallow center. Going out as the second baseman Arise, calling everybody off and making the catch. And the inning is over. Now, Brewers got a 2-out double from Terang, but they would strand him at second base. We go to the second inning, no score on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
What's on Tap, brought to you by Miller Lite.
Yes, he did. 2 homers on the night for Meade. 7 on the season. He's got 20 RBI on the year.
Single through the hole to right field. Nishida, he's going to come up throwing. They test his arm off the bat. And the slide around the tag, but Romo gets it in time. Riku Nishida, welcome to the show.
How about Jacob Mizrazi here this afternoon? He has tied a career high with 12 strikeouts in a single game, 57 pitches of 100 or more.
And it is confirmed. The Astros with a no-hitter. Alan Bersanta in his major league debut gets the last 6 outs with 2 perfect innings, and this celebration begins.
He did it again! Back-to-back days! Walk-off home runs for Cowser! 8! The milk cold!
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
As he is introduced and comes to the plate to lead off this top of the second inning, a 0-0 ball game. The former Brewer stands in there against Drowan, and the first offering is in there for a strike. Curveball dropped in there by Drowan, and he's ahead of Adames 0-1. Willie has heated up of late for San Francisco. The 0-1 pitch is a chopper, third base, charging against Rengifo. Gloves, throws on the run to first in time, and takes care of Adames for the first out of the inning. Willie hit a grand slam yesterday in Colorado. The Rockies had a rocky game against the Giants yesterday. 19-6 the final. Giants salvaged the game out of that series. The Rockies actually won the series, though. Here's Jung-Hoo Lee. First pitch to Lee's up and in, and he does the matrix and gets out of the way in time. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Lee's been hot of late. He went 5 for 6 in that aforementioned 19-6 win over the Rockies yesterday. Hitting .393 over his last 14 games for Lee. And the breaking ball in there for a strike, and it's 1-1.
It's amazing. They had 25 hits yesterday, and only one of those innings was against a position player.
The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 96, and it's 1-2. Coors Field Classic. You didn't have to wonder where that one was played. You knew it was not in San Francisco. The 1-2 is down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Talk about 2 ballparks that play differently. Coors Field and Oracle Park in San Fran. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jung-Hoo Lee. Drowan's pitch is lined over the glove of Terang and into right field for a base hit. So Lee with a single for the Giants here of the 1-out variety. They've got a man aboard in front of Matt Chapman. Been a tough year at the plate for Matt Chapman. Always been as good as they come defensively over at third base. The offense has come and gone at times for him over the course of his career. Good overall player, though. .232 average this year with just 1 home run and 19 driven in on the year for Matt Chapman. Drowan looks at first and now brings home the pitch and nailed the inside edge. It's 0-1. This inning is being brought to you by Tsunami Express Car Wash. Game day mess? Well, we've got it covered. From first pitch to final inning, keep your ride looking majorly clean at Tsunami Express Car Wash, the official car wash of the Milwaukee Brewers. 0-1. Chapman, a fly ball into center. Struck pretty well. Back on it is Chourio. Still back at the track at the wall. He leaps up, and it got out. Jackson couldn't quite bring it back in. Jackson looked like he had it timed up, but he couldn't bring it back in, and it sailed out of here. Jackson looking disappointed out there. There was some confusion on the base paths for a moment. Matt Chapman, I think, thought he was robbed because Jackson went up and came down and never showed what was in his glove, but you knew because of the Giants' bullpen's reaction. They were right there. They saw it fly over his glove and just get out of here. So Chapman, with just his second home run of the season, and the Giants take a 2-0 lead. And now here's Bryce Eldridge. Drowan's first offering is hit foul down the left field line and out of play, and it's 0-1. Eldridge, big, tall, left-handed hitter. 0-1. Missed down and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Just the second home run surrendered by Drowan this season. He's done a good job keeping the ball in the ballpark. The pitch, curveball, dropped in there for a strike. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Eldridge. Boy, game of inches. It looked like Jackson had that one tracked up. 1-2 pitch. Chopped foul and back behind home plate. Still 1-2 on Eldridge. No fault of Jackson's, though. He gave everything he had. It just had enough to get over his glove and out of there. 1-2 pitch. Eldridge took down and away with a slider. And it's even now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Boy, when you look at Eldridge in the box, it just reminds you of Brandon Belt when he was the Giants' first baseman. Very similar physique. Swing and a foul tip held on to by Contreras. It's a strikeout of Eldridge. Second ortho ASAP strikeout for Drowan. And there's 2 away for Eric Haas. And before he hits, 10 for ID on the Brewers Radio Network. Eric Haas, first pitch, takes it for a strike from Drowan. It's 0-1 with Josh Mauer and Ken Sommerfeld. Lane Grindle with you here tonight. The Brewers will play from behind after the 2-run home run by Matt Chapman. A 1 pitch is inside. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Eric Haas. Former Brewer, having a nice season for the Giants. .281, 3 home runs, 5 driven in. Always been a guy that can do some damage against lefties. 1-1. Is high, 2 balls and a strike on Haas. Former Tiger, former Guardian. He's bounced around a little bit over the course of his career. From Michigan originally. 2-1. And Haas, a drive out to right center field. Long run for Frelick. It's going to get over his head and hit off the very base of the wall. Haas streaking towards second. He's in there standing up with a 2-out double. So some loud contact against Drowan here in this second inning. Haas hit that ball very hard. 103 off the bat. And he is at second base now for Jonah Cox, who made his debut yesterday as a pinch hitter and collected a double in his only big league at bat so far. He's having a big year in Double-A when the Giants called him up. Drowan's first offering is a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. He was not even in the Giants' top 30 prospects, but having such a big year at the plate that the Giants said, let's bring him up here and see what he can do, try to capitalize on somebody that's hot. Drowan looks at second in the 0-1 pitch, and he dropped a curveball in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. It's 0-2. Cox, 24 years of age. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He went after an elevated fastball at 95, and Drowan gets the strikeout of Cox, and the inning is over. His third strikeout of the evening. But a 2-run home run by Matt Chapman gives the Giants a 2-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the second on the Brewers.
Turns out a minor tune-up to the Dodgers lineup may have Mookie Betts firing on all cylinders.
It's gone! There's the feel, there's the results.
Dave Roberts decided to give Mookie a new perspective on Tuesday, dropping him from his usual 2-hole down to the cleanup spot for the first time since 2017. Safe to say, Mookie's slumbering bat woke up.
And this ball is gone, a home run, as Mookie announces he is back.
Betts went atomic against the Rockies, launching 2 homers and driving in 5.
Well, Betts in that cleanup spot, and that's exactly what he's been doing with runs. He's been cleaning them up.
And hey, shout out Andy Pajes. He shifted up into the 2 spot, racked up 4 hits, and extended his MLB leading RBI total. The Dodgers have been winning and are on top in the NL West, but getting Mookie Betts back to his old self makes their chances at a three-peat look a whole lot better.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Jake Bauers lead off the bottom of the second inning for the Brewers. It is 2-0 San Francisco. Landon Roop with a lead to work with now. He threw 17 pitches in the first inning, and his first pitch to Bauers is a little high. It's 1-0. Brewers did get a 2-out double from Terang in the first, but then stranded him there. 1-0 pitch. That missed inside. 2 balls to no strikes. Paul Clemens, our first base umpire. Quinn Walcott is the crew chief at second base. Edwin Jimenez, the third base umpire tonight. Ramon De Jesus calls the balls and strikes. 2-0 pitch. Strike at the knees on a sinking fastball at 93. And it's 2-1. Roop out of the windup. The pitch. Big curveball. That missed outside. Maybe a touch low as well. And it goes to 3-1 on Bauers. Bauers homered yesterday. His team leading 9th home run of the season. As Roop out of the windup brings home the 3-1 pitch, and Jake checks on a pitch that he thought was outside, but it wasn't. Got the outside edge for a strike, and the count is full. It's 3-2. 280 average, 9 home runs, 33 driven in the year for Bauers. Brewers would love to get that leadoff man aboard here in this second inning. Brewers in an unfamiliar place, trailing early. 3-2 pitch, curveball, and a called third strike, but challenged by Bauers.
Powder challenges the strike ball.
Challenge is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. He's going to win it, and this is going to be a walk.
Call it overthrown. Milwaukee has to challenge the
So good challenge by Jake Bauers, and that's a right type of situation, a consequential part of that count. I mean, if it stands, it's a strikeout. And if you win it, you're going to be at first base. That's, if you're going to challenge early, those are the kind of challenges you want. You want to get them right, of course. So an ortho ASAP walk. Bowers at first, and now here's the red-hot Andrew Vaughn. First pitch to him, missed inside. It's 1-0. Vaughn, maybe the hottest hitter in the lineup right now. 414 over his last 9 games. Done a lot of the damage against right-handed pitching, too. It's not just been against lefties. 1-0 pitch. And a high fly ball into left. This is playable for Schmidt. Coming in into his left. Still coming in, and now jumping out of the way at the last second was Jonah Cox, who was bearing down on him, but Schmidt makes the catch. And there's one away for Sal Freeland. Baseball and bratwurst, they were meant to be together. It's an ideal in-game treat, especially when served with a favorite award-winning Pine River cheese spread. Maybe the Asiago. That's a good call. Spicy beer cheese. First pitch to Freeland is lined into the right center field gap. On the run is Lee. It's over his head, and it's going to roll up against the wall. Bowers being waved around third by Matt Erickson. Here's the play at the plate. Bowers in there safely. A head-first slide for Bowers. It was a close play. It was a good relay from San Francisco, but Bowers got the left hand in there, and the Brewers are on the board. It is an RBI double for Sal Frelick, and it's a 2-1 ball game. There will be no challenge from San Francisco. When Jake got on his horse, he read that one down pretty much from the beginning. He slowed down just for a moment as he turned second to make sure that it was going to sail the head of Lee. But Sal Frelick with some loud contact, and the Brewers in business here. Here's Rengifo. The pitch, and Rengifo took a curveball low. It's 1-0. $75 to the MAC Fund, courtesy of West Bend, the silver lining for the 6th double of the year for Sal Frelick. Brewers cashing in on that leadoff walk of Bowers. The pitch, and Rengifo ground ball foul at the first baseline. It's 1-1. Talk about different Pine River cheese spread flavors, and good things happen for the Brewers on the field, so we'll keep naming great flavors. See if Rengifo can come up with a big hit. Kicking mango. The 1-1. Missed high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Italian truffle. Banana cream pie, cheese. 2-1. This is a liner into left center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. They're going to wave Frelick around. There will be no throw as the throw goes to second. Rengifo with an RBI single, and the Brewers have tied it at 2. Rengifo drives in his 15th of the season, and how about this answer from the Brewers after the 2-run home run by Chapman? The Brewers have come right back at the Giants and evened it up just like that. I made up that last flavor, by the way.
I didn't think that was a thing, but it'd probably be delicious.
Here's David Hamilton, bunted up the third baseline. Coming in is Chapman, and he miffed it. He didn't pick it cleanly. Everybody's safe. Oh, you won't see that very often. I'm not sure he's got to play even if he picks it cleanly. But he just whiffed. It'll be a base hit for Hamilton. And the Brewers have first and second now. And still just one out. And Yelich coming to the plate for the second time today. And Eric Haas is out there to talk with Landon Roop. Now we're just making up flavors now. We'll make up some more flavors, and maybe the Brewers score some more runs. There should be a candy flavored Pine River cheese spread. Would you try that?
I don't know about that. Might be a bridge too far.
You were okay with the banana cream pie?
I like that idea.
You liked it?
Yeah, I like that. You left out some of my favorites. Real ones.
Pitch to Yelich. A breaking ball in there for a strike, and it's 0-1.
I like the horseradish.
Yeah?
It's a good one. Favorite. I'll take anything with some spice.
The horseradish will take care of any sinus infection you have. No balls and 1 strike on Yelich. The pitch, and Yelich checks on a changeup that missed down low. It's 1-1.
Can we get a run for every flavor of
we're trying.
Pine River? Yeah.
We're trying. I feel like we got to keep doing this.
We didn't list the port wine.
Port wine's a good one. We got that up in the fridge right here in the booth. 1-1 on Yelich. The pitch. Yelich checks on a sinker that missed outside. It goes to 2-1. Rengifo at second. Hamilton with all that speed at first. And there's just one out in the inning. Roop laboring here in this second. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball missed away, and it goes to 3-1 on Yelich. A 2-2 ball game. Brewers with 3 hits in the inning now. And now looking for a really big swing to put up that crooked number on that scoreboard. 3-1. That missed outside. He walked him, and the bases are loaded for Jackson Chourio. Second walk of the inning issued by Roop. Ortho ASAP walked right in, and they are loaded for Jackson. Good spot here for the Brewers. When pain can't wait, walk right into Ortho ASAP. Same-day access to specialists. Start healing faster at orthowisconsin.com. Chourio 0 for 1 today. First pitch is lined down the right field line. It is a fair ball and into the corner. Rengifo is in. Hamilton is in. Stopping at third is Yelich. It is a 2-run double for Jackson Chourio, and the Brewers lead it 4-2. That ball got into the corner, and we lose sight of it. Had to wait for first base umpire Paul Clemens to make a call, but it was a fair ball as Jackson got a sinker about knee-high right over the middle of the plate, and he shot it down that right field line. Well, the Brewers having a doubles party. It's not a cheese and wine party, it's a cheese and doubles party here in this second inning for the Brewers. $75 to the MAC Fund, courtesy of Westman, the Silver Lining. Second and third, infield in. Here's Terang. And he swings on it and fouls it back into the net. It's 0-1.
Normally when a right-handed batter hits a ball in that direction lane, it's going to slice foul. Jackson hit it so hard, it did not quite have time to make it foul.
4 runs into the inning. The 0-1 to Terang is inside. It's 1-1. And a great chance to keep tacking on here. You've got second and third, infield in, and just 1 out. If Terang can hit one to the outfield with Yelich tagging at third, the 1-1. And a swing and a miss over the top of a curveball. It's 1-2. That would be one way to get it in. The preferred way would be to put one in the gap or over the wall. If you're Bryce Terang, who doubled in his first at-bat. 1 for 1 tonight for Bryce. Roop's 1-2 pitch. And curveball missed low. It's 2-2. You know what else we have to talk about, though? The Cedar Crest ice cream and frozen custard.
Got some more runs in the Cedar Crest flavors, I think.
There's more in there. 2-2. And Terang hits it fouling out of play down the left field line. Stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. How about a caramel collision for Terang with the baseball here? All make game days great days. I'd take the home run flavor right here. 2-2 pitch. And he took down and away. He's worked the count full. It is 3 balls and 2 strikes. Lengthy inning here for Roop. He is not out of it yet, not even close. 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Chopped foul up the first baseline. And Terang will see another one at 3 balls and 2 strikes. A lot of curveballs here from Roop. I haven't seen him lean on the changeup maybe quite as much as I thought he would to the lefties. He's thrown 1 in this sequence to Terang. But that's been his big pitch against lefties over the course of this year. Three-two pitch from Roop. And a drive out to center. Racing back is Cox at the track at the wall. He jumps up. It's off the very top of the wall. It rolls all the way away from him. Yelich is in. Churio's around third. Terang into third. Standing up. It is a 2-run triple. And the Brewers have broken it open here in the bottom of the second. It is 6-2 Milwaukee. Terang with a double and a triple. And we mentioned he'd been scuffling a little bit coming in. Not tonight. That ball almost out of here, missed by maybe a foot. Triples brought to you by Steinhoffels, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. For every Brewers triple, Steinhoffels will donate $1,000 to Special Spaces Wisconsin to help create dream bedrooms for kids battling cancer. How about this for a response from the Brewers, huh?
Boy, when that hit that angled wall there and bounced away from Jonah Cox, for a moment you thought Bryce had a chance to circle the bases.
Yeah, you did.
That's how far away it got from the outfielder.
It rolled all the way over to like right center.
What an inning.
Still a chance to keep tacking on. Here's Contreras in a breaking ball. High fly ball left field. The ballpark's going to hold this for Schmidt. It's going to be deep enough, though, for Terang to tag. Makes the catch. Here's the throw home. It comes to the middle of the infield. Terang jogs home and scores standing up. And the Brewers plate yet another one here. It's 7-2 Milwaukee. On a sac fly from Contreras, the Brewers have sent 9 to the plate against Roop here in the second inning. And here's Bowers for the second time in the inning. He led off the inning with what felt like an innocent enough walk. And remember, it was going to be a strikeout. He challenged it. It was overturned, and he won it, and it ended up being a walk. First pitch is over but low, and it's 1-0.
I mean, you could probably make a good case that has ended up being the most consequential challenge of the season for the Brewers.
That's the play of the game right now, perhaps. The 1-0. That missed outside. 2 balls to no strikes. 7-2 Milwaukee.
Think about the difference in this inning if that's strike 3 instead of ball 4.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Because Vaughn flew out next batter. That's 2 outs, nobody on at that point. Here's a foul down the left field line and out of play. 2-1 here on Bowers. Wilkin Ramos is getting loose. Just called up today by the Giants. 2-1 to Bowers. And a swing and a foul back and out of play. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. He had one to hit there. Sinker about belt high right over the middle of the plate. Jake would love to see that one again.
I think we almost got to the amount of runs as cheese spread flavors that we listed.
I think we did. 2-2 pitch. Missed outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Rally cheese. Of course, in Wisconsin, it should be, right? I think we manifest that. We talk about cheese. We're in Wisconsin. Brewers score a bunch of runs. It all goes together. 3-2 to Bowers. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. And he strikes out. Brewers send 10 to the plate. They score 7 runs. They lead at 7-2 as we head to the third on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
A question I'm often asked is, why do I need an attorney?
Jay McDivitt, attorney at Cannon & Tumphy.
An experienced attorney takes care of all the things and people outside and around your claim so that you can focus on healing and getting better. That's...
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Friedel going back, and he's got it. He dropped it. You have to catch that ball. You have to.
You can't come to the game with that, and you can't do that.
Ronald Acuna Jr. pouring dirt into Ozzie Albies' glove
And I'm telling you, man, he's got almost half the infield in there.
Well, you look, he wants to throw to second, but he can't get it out. Why? Because he's stuck in the web.
That is a very odd play, and they've just brought a new glove out for Shonowell.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
Jeremy bats for the 5th time tonight. Jeremy sends one to deep center field. This ball struck well. Carter back. He'll watch it sail away. Oh, it rattles around in the back of the Astros pen. Another well-struck home run.
Man, Jeremy Pena getting in on the action. Showing one of those 5 tools with that big swing. That was some pop. 107.6 off the bat. TK, 454 feet.
Wow. Delivers strike one to Casey Schmidt. The top of the order coming up here for San Fran. 7 runs on 5 hits and a couple of walks. Every base runner that got on base scored. Pitches outside. 1-1. Schmidt struck out to begin the ball game. Back-to-back hitters had a 2-run extra base hit there for the Brewers. Chourio 2-run double and Terang 2-run triple. Schmidt swings through a fastball and it's 1-2. That was a great inning.
Boy, it wasn't.
Man. What a difference that makes for Mr. Drowan in only his 2nd major league start. The 1-2. Schmidt hits it in the air to center. Backing up with a play is Jackson Chourio right at the edge of the warning track. Has to wait a while, and he makes the catch two-handed. That was well struck by Casey Schmidt. But one away. And you can pitch a little differently, Tulane, when you get this 5-run lead. I think it kind of changes the plan of attack. You can just go after these guys. You don't worry about a solo home run.
Kind of a freeing feeling, I would think, if you're on the mound. Your role changes just a little bit.
Now Rafi Devers takes high, ball 1. 3rd inning is brought to you by Citgo. Whether you're crossing the state line or just going across town, Club Citgo can save you money on every fill-up along the way. Like 3 cents off every gallon every day. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. Rafi Devers just took a swing so violently at that slider that he almost corkscrewed himself into the ground. Man, does he take some monster hacks. 1-1 the count on the longtime Boston Red Sox, Rafael Devers. Now the pitch. Big swing and a miss again. Like that. I think I felt the breeze up here. He walked in the first. 1-2 here in the 3rd. The pitch down and away. Did not chase that slider there from Drowan. Luis Arraez on deck. Giants and Brewers beginning this 4-game series. A gorgeous night. Roof open. The 2-2. Devers took outside on a close fastball. 96-mile-an-hour miss, and it's full count. Just as it was the first time Mr. Devers was up there. 1 out. Drowan ready. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Slider down and away, and it fooled him. Got the chase, and he got the strikeout. Shane Drowan with 4 ortho ASAP strikeouts in the outing. Don't strike out, they say. Get back to the active lifestyle you want. See a specialist today at orthowisconsin.com. Luis Arraez grounded into a double play to end the 1st inning. Takes up and away, ball 1. Heading to a Brewers game, Potawatomi Sportsbook will get you here. Make any purchase or same-day bet for shuttle wristbands. Space is limited, and you can visit Potawatomi.com for details. 2 outs in the 1-0. Knee-high strike over the outside corner. No matter what uniform Luis Arraez is wearing, he's always at or near the top of the league leader in batting average. Takes down and away here. It's 2-1. Remember, he won 3 straight batting titles with 3 different teams. That streak ended last year with the Padres. He's right back in the mix again this season. Takes down and away on the slider, 3-1. Came in 2nd in the National League, batting .321. Different uniform, Not different results on that batting average. 3-1 coming. High, and he walked him. That was a cutter up above the letters. Second walk issued by Drowan, a 2-out base runner in front of Willie Adames. The one thing that I noticed completely different in his bullpen appearances versus the one start that he made in Boston back in April was the amount of strikes that Drowan was comfortable throwing. Pitch to Willie. In at the knees. Pumped in a sinker. It's 0-1. Now, granted, that was his major league debut against the Red Sox, team that had traded him to the Brewers. It was cold at Fenway. I'm sure nerves were involved, but walks were a problem that day. They have not been in any game since. And Adames swings and fouls it back into the screen.
No, he's been, honestly, just in attack mode from the start since he's been in the bullpen. It feels like he is usually the aggressor in every single battle that he finds himself in. And you love that. I mean, that's the mentality I think you want from a guy in your bullpen. His confidence in his stuff.
0-2 on Willie. Grounded out back last inning. And the pitch. Grounded back up the middle. Diving play by Hamilton, the shortstop. And he flips to second in time for a force. That'll end the inning. David Hamilton sliding on his knees up the middle. Took one away from Willie Adames. 6-4 on the fielder's choice, and the inning ends with a runner aboard. We go to the bottom of the third. It is 7.
What a night for Brian Wu. He has absolutely cruised tonight. 7 shutout innings, 9 strikeouts.
Here's a drive to deep left field, up the bat, up and down, gone! Home run number 1 of 2026.
And you can see the joy and the excitement on his teammates' faces. He goes the other way. He has a base hit, and the Orioles have won it. Back from the dead. In the bottom of the ninth, they were down 5-1, score 5 unanswered runs.
PCA hits it into the tarps off Crow. This is his game at the plate. He ended it with a flare at the defensive end.
This guy is on another planet right now. Hotter than blue blazes. Ronald Acuna, his second homer of the game, and it is his 4th home run in the last 3 games.
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
Team that's in your corner from start to finish. Boucher Automotive Group. We ride with you every mile.
Tri-City is proud to sponsor the 3rd inning. At our hometown bank, you're on the team that's winning. Tri-City, your hometown bank.
Giants will stick with their starting pitcher, Landon Roop, after that 7-run second inning. The Brewers tagged him. It'll be Andrew Vaughn to lead off the bottom of the third. 7-2 Milwaukee, and the pitch comes in knee-high from Roop. Cutter 0-1. Vaughn flew out. He was the second batter of that eventual 10-batter rally. The pitch outside 1-1. But after Vaughn flew out, the next 6 reached, and all 6 of them came in to score. So 0-1 is Andrew. Roop winds in the 1-1. Down and away, it's 2-1. When you're coming off of a series at Coors Field, as the Giants are, and you got a 4-game series here in Milwaukee, you don't want to have to take your starting pitcher out after 2 innings. 2-1, swing and a miss, and a good curveball. 2-2 to Vaughn. So they stay with Roop. And Tony Vitello, the manager, is going to just hope that he can settle in and give him some innings at this point. Mentioned it earlier, this is the first 4-game series of the season for the Brewers. Starting tonight. Roop into the windup, the 2-2. Just missed. It was a little bit in tight on a curveball, but it was challenged.
Catcher is challenging the ball call.
Eric Haas challenged it. He's going to lose. It's inside. And And they put it up on the video board. Everybody gets the news.
Ball is gone for San Francisco has one challenge remaining.
First ABS challenge lost by San Francisco. They're all brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. So it's a full count on Vaughn. Sal Frelick, Luis Rengifo to follow. Roop, R-O-U-P-P. Winds and throws. Ground ball back, deflected by Roop into no man's land on the right side of the infield. It'll be a base hit for Vaughn. Arise, the second baseman, goes to pick it up on the dirt, but he had so far to go after that deflection by the pitcher. He didn't even make a throw to first base. And it's been that kind of night thus far for Roop. I think if he just lets it go by him, Arise was going to have a play. But he reached out and deflected the baseball, and it turned into an infield single.
I think so. Daniel Vogelback's having some fun with that right now in that dugout.
Sal Frelick takes outside on a curveball.
Infield single for Andrew Vaughn. Vogelback is still, he's talking to Murph, I think.
Frelick started the party with an RBI double last inning. Hard ground ball to first. Nice play by Eldridge. Tags the bag for one, throws the second. Tag needed, and they do get the tag on Vaughn. Double play. 3-6. Adames got the tag on Andrew Vaughn. Frelick ripped one, but Bryce Eldridge was holding the base runner. And because of that, he was there to stop the hot shot. If he's not holding a runner, that ball's rolling into the right field corner. Tough break there for Sal. Ends up a GIDP. Eldridge is a big dude over there, too. So 2 out, nobody on for Rengifo, who had an RBI single last inning. He takes down an in-ball one. Just like the Brewers trust their top relievers in the biggest moments, patients should trust Wisconsin Dental Association member dentists when their smile is on the line. You can find a dentist at WDA.org. 2 out, 7-2 Brewers, and a foul out of play. Down the left field line, 1-1 on Rengifo. Carbless is a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Premium ready-to-drink cocktails. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten. Find it at the ballpark or at your local retailer. Carbless, less is more. The 1-1. Rengifo tips it foul into Haas's mitts. The high fastball, and it is 1-2. Landon Roop. Second year as a member of the Giants' starting pitching rotation. He had a rough month of May. The 1-2. Chopped foul up the first base line by Rengifo to stay alive as he spoils that curveball that he's been leaning on. Roop made 5 starts last month, and San Francisco lost the game all 5 times. He was 0-4 with about a 4.5 earned run average in those. 1-2 pitches up and away on Rengifo, 2-2. Brewers saw Roop as a starter just once prior. Misses high, and it's a full count. Once last year. Twice total prior to this season. Last year, in San Francisco in April, he faced them as a starter. 3-2 pitches inside, and he walks Rengifo. Tugged on the sinker there near the hip. And so Luis is aboard for a second time. It's the third base on balls issued by Roop. That brings up David Hamilton. Bunted for a hit. Back in that 7-run rally last inning. What else is new? A bunt single for David. First pitch here. Up and away, ball 1. Chapman, the third baseman, is up as close to home plate as you'll ever see a third baseman in a spot like this. With 2 out and a runner at first, the third baseman is playing about, 8 steps in on the grass. 1-0 pitch. Backdoor breaking ball. Just caught the plate. It was a cutter, actually, for a strike. And it's 1-1. I'm not kidding. I don't know that I've ever seen a third baseman in a non-sacrifice situation ever play this close towards home plate. Roop turns, throws to first, and Rengifo is safe on a dive.
We saw the Tigers play up quite a ways against Hamilton in that series in Detroit. That's the only other team I think I've seen play that far up as Chapman's playing right now.
Now the pitch, up and away, and it's 2-1 on David. Sometimes just the threat of a bunt can get you something extra. If David could slap a ball past Chapman, maybe you get an extra base hit. Rengifo at first with 2 out in the third. It's 7-2 Milwaukee. The 2-1 pitch outside. Changeup fluttered away, and so it's 3-1 with Christian Yelich in the on-deck circle. Beautiful night. Cloudless blue skies overhead with a roof open. 3-1 coming. Hamilton swings through a sinking fastball. Had one to hit, just didn't connect, and it's full count. We were right at 70 degrees at first pitch. It's going to cool off a bit as the night goes on. But man, are we blessed this evening.
Oh man. This is what it's about. This is why we struggle through February around here, right? To get to this.
Runner goes 3-2. Hamilton pokes foul back into the screen. He spoiled that sinker. Yeah, it's not just February. February, March.
No, just
some of April.
Just February. I was walking in last Wednesday before the finale against the Cardinals, and I was walking in next to Christian Yelich, and the whole conversation we had was about how great this place is in the summer.
Runner goes again. 3-2 is lifted into left. Play for Casey Schmidt. Back a few steps, looks up into that blue sky in front of the track, makes the catch. And Hamilton is the third out of the inning. There's big double play included for Landon Roop. We've completed 3, and Milwaukee has a 7-2 lead on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
The last weekend in June experienced the excitement as the Epson Tour's rising stars compete in the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass, the ultimate fan-friendly golf event with great views and chances to meet the next generation of LPGA players. Tickets are $10 and kids get in free. June 26th through the 28th, the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass. For tournament details and to explore our premier golf destination, visit islandresortgolf.com today.
Valley slams it deep left center. Kittle turning around. Goodbye, home run. No, it hit the roof. It hit the roof and came back in. He may have an inside the park home run. No, they're going to hold him. They can't. He went through the sign. Fisk has got him. There's one for the books. This time can't get it, and neither could the fan.
Boy, this week, don't wear flip-flops.
Caminero strikes out, and the bat gets a 7.5 on the distance, but it's stuck to the landing.
That's poked in. That hits the umpire. The ball is in play, and it's a base hit for Frazier.
Roberto Ortiz did what he could to try and get out of the way. Couldn't.
Took the wrong direction.
He just didn't know which way to go.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Inning, Shane Drowan stays out there with the bullpen starting to get loose. It's 7-2 Milwaukee. Drowan back into the rotation for the first time since his major league debut almost 2 months ago. And he'll face Jung-Hoo Lee and deliver strike one with a fastball. Only mistake thus far was the 2-run home run that Matt Chapman hit back in the second. Lee singled in front of that and takes a strike at the knees. It's 0-2. It's Chad Patrick, the man that's beginning to lose. Well, Jung-Hoo Lee thought that was too low, and it may have been. It's very, very close to the knees. We're going to have to wait to see what happens when they put it up on the video board. Yeah, it was low. The voice of Ramon De Jesus, our home plate umpire. Soft-spoken. So 1-1 instead of 0-2 on Jung-Hoo. The pitch tipped foul to the backstop. lefty on lefty against the man out of South Korea, Jung-Hoo Lee, just off the injured list. Came back before that Rockies series and had a great series at Coors Field, did Lee. He was only out for about 10 days. The 1-2. Ground ball hits to second base. Durang a step to his left. It's not hard hit. He gobbles it up, throws out Lee. That came on the 61st pitch for Shane Drowan, and Pat Murphy was thinking maybe you could get about 4 innings out of this guy. He's not fully stretched out to starter's length, and that's why Patrick is getting loose behind him. 7-2 Brewers. Matt Chapman has delivered the Giants their 2 runs. He chops a foul. The cutter coming in on the hands. 2-run home run that just evaded the leaping glove of Jackson Chourio in right center. It was only the second home run all season for Chapman in 59 games played. It's not been a great offensive year for Matt. 1 out in the 0-1. Fly ball. This one will stay in the park into left center field. Chourio moving to his right, gets there, makes a backhanded catch. 2 away. Safe driving tip from Schneider and their professional truck drivers. They remind you work zones require extra caution, so slow down, stay alert, and keep everyone safe. Bryce Eldridge, big first baseman up there. He struck out back in the second inning. 7-2 Brewers, and he lines one into the gap in right center field. It's going to split Chourio and Frelick and bounce to the fence. Ball caroms over to Chourio, and Eldridge jogs into second base. He'll get there standing up with a 2-out double. You can see why he is considered the Giants' top prospect. Man, does he look the part of a slugger. It's the first game he's ever played against the Brewers.
If you don't count spring training, which they don't.
They do not. Yeah, we saw him playing some of the Cactus League, Scottsdale Stadium. So Eric Haas, who doubled his first time up, a 2-out RBI chance. We're in the 4th at 7-2 Brewers. Eldridge at second base. Drone's pitch. Fouled back. And off to our right, up out of play. Haas, part of the Brewers each of the past 2 seasons. Giants have 4 hits, only 1 single, a couple of doubles and a homer. The 0-1, foul back into the screen, challenged him with a sinker, and it's 0-2. Drowan likely coming towards the end of his outing. He wants to finish it right here. Giants have the 2nd worst record in the National League. That's kind of hard to believe, considering when we were playing them in spring training, the expectations that they carried into this season. They'd spent some money. Eldridge at second. Drowan set right above the bell. And now the 0-2 pitch. Foul back. Slider hit directly behind home plate by Eric Haas.
Yeah, and the only team with a worse record than them just won a series from them this weekend.
How about this week? The Brewers are playing the teams with the 2 worst records currently in the NL, with the Rockies coming up on the road, but you never know. That doesn't mean anything. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He got him. Curveball bounced in, fooled Haas, and Shane Drowan puts him away to strand a 2-out double. 5 ortho ASAP strikeouts in 4 solid innings. In the return to the rotation for the left-handed rookie, Shane Drowan. We are headed to the bottom of the 4th.
Diving stop at second, Rojas.
Dodger infield tonight, sparkling.
Feeling for the wall, and he got it!
Nice play by Christopher Morel, crashing on the bunt. What a play in left by Antonacci.
Got the wall, jumps, and he makes the catch, crashes into the fence.
Sharply hit, diving stop Paredes, gets up, fires.
Carter Jensen dives! Wow, what a play!
Caught by McGonigal at third. Wow.
Sliding catch!
Joe does it again. He's saving runs everywhere you put him.
Makes the running catch. Terrific catch by A.J. Ewing.
Glides, gloves, spins, fires. What a play! What a play away.
Well, that glove can play.
Nice. Whoa, what a catch. Adolis Garcia with a diving grab. Run down by Paul Armstrong. Wow. Spin and a throw to get Real Muto. That was fancy. Liner, but there's Taylor Cruz. Taylor able to snare it. Woo to the back. He just took a hit away.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Radio Network.
Top of the order against Landon Roop for the Brewers here in the home fourth inning. They lead the Giants 7-2, and Christian Yelich strides into the left-handed box. Takes outside, ball one. Yelich, Chourio, Terang. Third time up against the right-hander Roop. If you're just joining us, all 7 runs in the second inning. 1-0, just missed. It's a cutter, it's 2-0. Yelich walked in that rally. He is 0 for 1 with that base on balls. Batting leadoff again tonight on the card. Roop ready in the 2-0. That's a strike right through there with a sinker. Retired veterans, you can turn to Network Health for affordable and reliable health plans tailored to meet your needs. Find the coverage you need and health plan experience you want with Network Health. Learn more, networkhealth.com/veterans. For the windup, the 2-1. Yelich took it in the dirt with a curveball. 3-1 on a related topic to our Network Health veterans coverage. Brad Von Ruden was our hero of the game, honored by the Brewers on the dugout a couple of innings ago. U.S. Navy veteran. 3-1. Line smash to center, but Jonah Cox coming on, can't get it. Has to play it on a hop. That's a base hit for Yelich. Hit at 107 miles an hour off the bat. And it just hit the grass before Jonah Cox could get to it. Brewers have their 8th base hits. They have had quite the game plan against Landon Roop, continuing his recent struggles. 8 hits. They've also walked 3 times. Here's Chourio. He's fooled by a cutter and swings through the pitch. You think about that. He has gotten 9 outs. The Brewers have put 11 men on base. Chourio had the big 2-run double in the second. He's 1 for 2. Yelich takes his lead. The 0-1. Laid off that curveball, down and away, 1-1. Drive around the league tonight. Brought to you by Construction Business Group. Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors building Wisconsin together. First the pitch to Chourio. Watch the curveball go low. It's 2-1. I mentioned this right before first pitch. It's been a tough day for the Cincinnati Reds. They're trailing the Royals. Top of the 6th, it's 6-1 Kansas City in Cincinnati. Royals have lost 6 in a row coming into that set. Now the 2-1. Chourio tips foul. Sinker. Dribbles to the backstop, and it's 2-2. Ellie De La Cruz had to be placed onto the injured list. Injured his hamstring yesterday in a game they won against Atlanta. He's out 2 to 4 weeks is the reports. And you know how important Ellie is to that Cincinnati squad. Now the 2-2. Low, and it's full count. Laid off the changeup to Jackson.
So that make him very questionable for when the Brewers head into Cincinnati in a couple of weeks.
That's about 3 weeks from today that we get to Cincinnati for the first meeting of the year. There goes the runner on a 3-2. Through a curveball, it's outside, and he walked it. And it's 2-on with nobody out for the Brewers, already leading 7-2.
Look,
Chourio, patience.
I'm not a sports trainer, so, you know, take anything that I say with a grain of salt. But Ellie is such a fast twitch guy. The speed is such a big part of his game, and that puts so much stress on that hamstring. I would think you will err on the side of caution with him if you're the Reds and go conservative on his comeback.
Ortho ASAP walk, 2 on, none out for Terang, who takes ball 1 from Maroop. He's been fighting it. He's now walked 4. Terang has not been retired. Came in 0 for his last 21. Well, all he's done is double and then hit a 2-run triple off the left center field fence. The 1-0. Low. 2-0. Yeah, and with Ellie, as I said, being as instrumental to the Reds' long-term success this season as anybody on that roster, you may very well see them play it cautiously.
Remember Jackson last year, it was a month.
2-0, a hitter's count. Pitch, high and away. And Roop is 1 out of the strike zone away from loading him up with nobody out. 3-0 on Bryce Terang. Does not take much for Bryce to bust out of a funk. Yesterday, even though he didn't get a hit in Houston, he squared some up that got caught. 2 on and the 3-0. He took it upstairs, ball 4, and that loads the bases. Single walk. Yelich to third, Chourio to second, and you're going to have William Contreras bat licking his chops. First, it's going to be Justin Message, pitching coach for the Giants, coming out. Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mounds to visit with Roop. Justin Message, former Brewers coach. Giants hired him to the Major League staff this year. He had been with Nashville. And very instrumental in the pitching development of a lot of the Brewers hurlers over the last few seasons coming up through the organization. So another Ortho ASAP walk, trip to the mound. Again, brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook with wall-to-wall screens, elite dining, and over 95 kiosks. It's a fan's dream. Potawatomi Sportsbook, become a legend.
Justin's nephew, Bryce, of course, a Brewers prospect, pitcher in the minor leagues.
Here's Contreras, bases loaded, first pitch. In at the knees for a strike. William challenges it. He thought it was low. And it was low. Ramon missed this. It was the batter that challenged. Ramon misspoke. They're putting it up on the board now, and the verdict is in. Brewers have won a couple of batter-initiated challenges tonight. Remember the one by Bowers that turned a strikeout into a walk back in the second. So 1-0 in the pitch. Hit on the ground to short, could be a double play. It'll play to run. Adames to second one. Arise turns and throws to first for 2. And it is 8-2 Brewers. Double play ground out, just what the doctor ordered for San Francisco with Contreras up there. No RBI. In from third is Yelich. The Brewers have scored 8 unanswered runs. Over to third goes Chourio, now with 2 out. And Jake Bowers to the plate with an RBI chance. First pitch, outside corner, called a strike. Curveball just clipped the edge.
You know how ESPN, they have like the in-game analytics now, that increased the chances of a win by 23% or whatever.
Yeah. 0-1 pitch is in tight.
That double play ball decreased the chances of the Giants using a position player in this game to pitch by 17%.
Is that on the Grindle
Very unofficial.
Index?
Very unofficial.
1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss by Bowers. Up the ladder chased, and it's 1-2.
But if that was going to happen, big swing there would have probably increased the likelihood of it by quite a bit.
Jake Bowers has walked and struck out. He batted twice in that second inning. A 1-2, down and away on a change. So 8-2 Milwaukee. Lane, they had scored 11 runs total the last 4 games. They got 8 in 4 innings tonight. It's funny how that can happen. And by the way, they scored 11 runs in 4 games and won 3 of those games. This team can beat you in different ways.
Brewers 3 for 5 with runners in scoring position tonight.
2-2 pitch, swing and a miss over the top of a curveball. Bowers fans for a second time on that pitch. Yeah, and they had one hit the entire Astros series with a runner in scoring position. One hit, and they won the series. We're headed to the 5th inning tonight. Bullpen door is opening for Milwaukee with it.
Here's Trout, 2 for 2. And Trout jacks one to left field, way back there, and gone! Mike Trout turns back the clock again. He homers on back-to-back days to begin the baseball season.
You never want to take for granted watching a future Hall of Famer. He looks fantastic. The bat speed is there. Oh, man. I mean, and you get goosebumps thinking about how good that player is and how good he still is.
To be in, the middle of New York to display a card like this is really such a big part of the Fanatics mission. We think about how do we create new experiences. Now we get the opportunity to put incredible Holy Grail cards in front of tens of thousands, if not millions of new people. It's not just about collectors today, but also about how do we bring new collectors into the space as well. It's really what we do it all for.
This is the Brewers Radio Network.
Chad Patrick takes over. Bullpen Chad Patrick. More like piggyback Chad Patrick, it feels like tonight. As the Brewers have an 8-2 lead. There's going to be a pinch hitter for the Giants. They're going to take out the rookie Jonah Cox. Drew Gilbert will pinch hit. Seeing that, before there's a pitch thrown by Chad, the pitching coach comes out. That is a rarity. But anyway, Lane Grundle's going to take over.
Yeah, well, with the pinch hitter, and talk over the plan against Drew Gilbert, who's coming to the plate here for the Giants. Thank you, Josh, by the way. So Chris Hook out there to chat with Chad for just a moment. A little delay to his outing here. Drew Gilbert hitting for Jonah Cox. Gilbert was a part of that return in the Tyler Rogers trade with the Mets last year. Yeah, another young outfielder for San Francisco. Get the lefty up there against the right-handed pitching Chad Patrick. Patrick's first pitch, swing and a miss. And it's 0-1. Fastball at 96. He got it past him. Droin goes 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts for Shane Droin. Pitched well. Just the one mistake to Matt Chapman. That was really it. Continues to establish himself as an important part of this Brewers pitching staff. Outgetter. Patrick's 0-1 to Gilbert. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 96. Right past him again. That one on the outer half. And it's no balls and 2 strikes on Gilbert, who's hitting .237 on the year with 3 home runs, and he's driven in 12. Patrick, boy, has he been good out of the bullpen this year for the Brewers. Made that start last week, and now we'll have a pitch clock violation. So it'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes now, the count, as that one will go against Chad. He tried to disengage, and that doesn't reset the clock when nobody's on base. 1-2 pitch. Missed inside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Remember, he made that start against the Cardinals and said, I just basically told myself I was coming out of the bullpen and treated it like I was coming out of the bullpen. So he was in more of attack mode than maybe he had been in his previous starts when he was in the rotation. This missed low with a 4-seamer at 96, and the count is full now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Missed maybe a touch inside. It was at the very bottom of the zone. but in off the plate just a little. So 3-2 on Drew Gilbert. Patrick brings home the pitch, and that one's fouled back into the net, and we'll do it again at 3-2. And so Patrick went out there and just kind of aired it out, just aggressively went after the Cardinals, went 4 innings, gave up 5 hits and just the 1 run. 3-2 pitch. This is hit in the air to center. It's going to carry out to Churio, who comes in just 2 steps and makes the catch. Gilbert is retired. That's the first out of this 5th inning. Time for a vibe check. A cooler full of Vizzy Hard Seltzer. That's a big vibe. Vizzy Hard Seltzer, the seltzer that passes the vibe check. 1 away for the top of the order now in Casey Schmidt. Schmidt 0 for 2 tonight, a strikeout, and he's flied out to center. Chad kicks the leg and brings home the first pitch, and that one's popped up back behind home plate. Now to play, it's 0-1. Brewers with an 8-2 lead. They have been on it offensively. They've had base runners in every inning thus far. A 1 pitch, and that one just missed with a cutter, down and away. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. There is action in that Giants bullpen. It's Wilkin Ramos getting loose, so I think we have seen the last of Landon Roop. 1-1 pitch. This one is hit in the air to left and playable. Bowers coming in, going out is Hamilton, the shortstop. It'll be Hamilton. Settling underneath and making the catch. Can of corn for the Brewers shortstop. And there's 2 away for Rafael Devers. And before he hits, 10 for ID on the Brewers Radio Network. With Josh Maurer and Kent Sommerfeld, Lane Grindle with you here tonight from American Family Field. An 8-2 Brewers lead. First pitch to Devers, misses low, and it's 1-0. Brewers with a 7 spot in the bottom of the 2nd inning. They added a run in the bottom of the 4th. Giants' only runs came on a 2-run home run from Matt Chapman back in the top of the 2nd inning. The 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Giants led 2-0, but it did not last very long. Brewers had it evened up. Just a couple of batters in to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Had a stretch in that 2nd inning where 6 straight batters reached. Devers looking out at Patrick here. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Cutter at 89 on the outer half. And Devers went after it and came up empty. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I've been trying to think all night when he's been up there if anybody in baseball takes bigger swings than Devers, and I can't come up with anybody.
No, I think that it's been that way for a long time with Rafael Devers. 1-2 pitch, missed in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I suppose if we went through it, we could come up with a couple of guys, but you're right, Josh. He takes massive swings. He gets his money's worth. I mean, there's no question about that. He had a swing last year in one of the games. 2-2. Just missed. That was a cutter. He tried to clip the back door with it, and it missed just maybe a touch off the plate away, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, he had a swing in one of the series last year. Well, it would have been here because he wasn't with the Giants when the Brewers were in San Francisco early in the year last year. Pitch is a called 3rd strike. Devers was tossing the bat and heading to first. And Ramon De Jesus said, "Not so fast, my friend." That pitch was inside, but Devers didn't challenge it. Giants only have 1 remaining, so it's a called 3rd strike. And the inning is over. An ortho ASAP strike.
Right back to the mound. Good stab by Mulholland. And throw what? The ball stuck in his glove. The ball stuck in his glove, and that's why he ran so far to first he couldn't get it out. And then he attempted to lob it with his gloved hand, and the glove went with it. And Brindley caught them both. This is a classic.
tip of the cap, and now here we go. He gets Larry Walker, and here he is. He's going to face him right-handed. Why not? He looks like a catcher hitting. And now he's back to the left side, and a 2-out walk. So Walker reaches base after that first pitch that was like the flyby here right after the anthem.
It's a 5-man umpiring crew here today, and this young superstar is in the stands.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy tripped, or he might have caught that ball.
There's a fastball. There's a flying bat. It's a high card.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
Haggerty is on with an infield hit. A little tumble behind the mound. Hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
Series at Revere's Wells Street Tavern in Delafield, June 1st through 7th. Enjoy $3 filler products and $5 carbless all series long. Only at Revere's.
Right-hander Wilkin Ramos takes over on the mound for the Giants. 25 years of age out of the Dominican. 6'6", 192 pounds. This is big league debut. First pitch to Andrew Vaughn is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Sinker at 95. In AAA Sacramento. So he was pitching in a big league ballpark, but just AAA games. 0-1 pitch is a liner right to the first baseman Eldridge, who squeezes it for the first out. Again, there's one away here in the bottom of the 5th for the Brewers as Sal Frelick comes to the plate for a third time. Yeah, made 17 appearances, was 3-1 with a 2.00 ERA. In Sacramento. Last year was with the Pirates organization, had been with the Mets for a handful of years prior to that. Pitch is up and away, and it's 1 and no strikes. Also spent time in the A's org and also with the Pirates a second time. So he's bounced around a little bit in the minors over the course of his career as DL Hall is getting loose in the Brewers bullpen. The 1-0 pitch is a strike on the outside edge, and it's 1-1 on Frelick. Frelick 1 for 2. RBI doubled in the second inning, bounced into that double play in the third. 1-1 pitch and a check swing by Frelick. He committed to the swing, says Ramon De Jesus. That was a slurve down below the zone, right on top of the plate. Sal tried to hold back, wasn't able to do so. It's 1-2 on Frelick. 1 out, nobody on here, bottom of the 5th inning. The pitch. That's up and away, and it's 2-2 on Sal. Mid-90s with that fastball for Ramos. He was up in the second inning, sat back down. 2-2's way outside. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Giants able to get 4 innings out of Roop, which in a 4-game series, to get the starting pitcher out early in game 1 is a pretty big deal. Especially when it wasn't pre-planned. Here is a liner down the right field line. That's going to get down and roll to the warning track before it's cut off by the right fielder Lee. Frelick on the move, and he's into second sliding with a 1-out double. Second double of the night for Sal. His 7th double of the season. $75 to the MAC Fund, courtesy of Westman, the Silver Lining. How about the doubles party the Brewers have put together tonight? That's the 4th double of the night, 5th extra base hit for the Brewers. Without the benefit of a home run in this game so far, and now here's Luis Rengifo. Ramos brings home the pitch, and Rengifo takes low. It's 1 and no strikes. Springtime in Wisconsin means the thrill of the grill is back. Brats, Polish, Italians, Cajuns, all beef franks, even bacon. It's all better on the grill, I'll tell you that. 1-0. That's a strike on the inside edge, and it's 1-1. Grill it outside. Tastes best when it has Usingers on the label, too. That's an important detail. Stock up at your local grocer. Usinger's season is here. ball and 1 strike on Rengifo. The pitch is a chopper over the head of Ramos. Charging is Adames, fields and throws to first in time and takes care of Rengifo. Frelick goes to third on the play. And he's there with 2 outs now for David Hamilton. Hamilton had the bunt single back in the second inning. Fly to left in the third. He is 1 for 2. And again, Matt Chapman will come clear up onto the grass even with 2 outs here. What a threat Hamilton is with his speed. The pitch, and he checks, but it's a strike anyway on a sinking fastball at 96. Caught the outside edge, and it's 0-1. If Hamilton can reach, Yelich awaits in the on-deck circle. Brewers with an 8-2 lead, bottom of the 5th inning. Here in Milwaukee, the pitch, and a fly ball to left. This is hit pretty well. Schmidt's going back on it. He's got room to make the play, about a step shy of the warning track. He's there to make the catch, and the inning is over. No runs on a hit. No errors, a man left. We go to the 6th. It's 8-2 Milwaukee on the Brewers Radio Network. Presented by American.
Now let's check out some plays from the field that only a mother could love.
Thank you to all the mothers out there. We love you.
Too sweet. Nicely done with the sign.
Vientos is not going to want this on his highlight reel, I'll tell you that.
Some just don't know how to catch them.
Bubba. You can even smell on his bat. Hitters are funny. Now he's talking to it.
Then Peters has some problem.
Heads up. Man alive.
Look, Mom, check out these top defensive plays.
Adele leaping, and he makes the catch.
He's unreal. One of his patented run-saving miracles.
Welcome to the show, kid. Put a star on that for Jarvis.
Picked it right off the top of the grass. It was a snow cone.
That was sensational. Spectacular play by the Padres' first baseman.
He jumps and he makes the catch. P-Crow awesome. Ryan Waldschmidt with a diving catch. What a catch by Eli White.
How about that?
Radio Network.
Carbless, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Premium, ready-to-drink cocktails. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten. At the ballpark or your local grocery store. Carbless. Less is more.
DL Hall takes over on the mound for the Brewers here. As we go to the top of the 6th inning at American Family Field, an 8-2 Brewers lead. DL with his 23rd appearance of the year, 2.36 ERA, 26 2/3 innings, 29 strikeouts. The 21 walks would be the one thing he'd like to get dialed in a little bit for DL. Gets Luis Arraez to lead off this 6th, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Josh, I think probably for the Brewers, getting the lead that they have at 8-2 at this juncture in the game. The 0-1 pitch is a liner past Rengifo on a dive, and it rolls into the corner, cut off by Bowers quickly, and so it holds Arraez to just the single to start up this 6th inning. Rengifo almost able to get to that ball. Was not hit all that hard, but Rengifo not quite able to get there. And a good job by Bowers to hustle over there and cut that off before it got into the corner, so Arraez only with the single, and now here's Willie Adames. But I think because the Brewers have this lead, swing and a miss, and it's 0-1, might have ended up being a little bit of an audible in that dugout on how long they wanted to go with Chad Patrick. They may have initially thought about going 2, maybe 3 innings with Chad Patrick tonight, or even more. 1. Missed outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. But because they have this 6-run advantage, get him some work and maybe get some other guys some work. And hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, you stay away from your leverage guys here tonight, and you're really loaded up bullpen-wise tomorrow. That's in there for a strike, and it's 1-2 on Adames.
Brewers have TBA listed for their starting pitcher in the last 2 games of this series, too. Wednesday and Thursday, so you never know. Yeah, you could need Chad.
1 ball and 2 strikes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a curveball. Adames down on strikes. An ortho ASAP strikeout for DL Hall. So 1 away for Jung-Hoo Lee. Hey, baseball fans, don't forget, George Webb predicts the Crew will win 12 games in a row this season, and when they do, we're going to be celebrating. Learn more at georgewebb.com. Brewers have won 1 in a row coming into tonight, 11 more needed. Good start to try to get number 2 as the pitch missed inside with a sinker to Jung-Hoo Lee. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch, that's a strike at the knees, and it's 1-1. 8 runs on 9 hits tonight for the Brewers. 1-1 pitch is a fly ball into left. Coming in a few steps is Bowers. He's there to make the catch. And there's 2 away now for Matt Chapman. Yeah, Josh, it'll be interesting to see what the Brewers do in those final 2 games of this series. As you said, they're listed as TBA right now. Pat Murphy was asked about it today before the game and basically said, yeah, Coleman, Crow, Brandon Sproat, they're options there, but we haven't committed anything yet in terms of what we're going to do. Pitch to Chapman is in there with a curveball for a strike, and it's 0-1. And your point might be part of the reason why they aren't committing to anything. Just see how these games go and figure it out from there. The 0-1. That missed a little bit low with a sinker, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And I think that's part of the advantage the Brewers have with so many, I guess you would call them middle relievers. I would just say stretched out relievers, like Patrick, like Drowan, like Ashby, like Hall. 1 ball and 1 strike, the pitch. And this one's popped back foul and out of play behind home plate. It's 1-2. And that is that it gives you some flexibility to not have to stick to a script, because you have all these guys that can cover multiple innings for you. You can piece it together a lot of different ways, and they're all used to doing it now. It's not like you're asking them to do something they're uncomfortable with. 1-2 pitch is popped up foul above the Brewers' dugout and out of play, and it stays at 1-2. I think that's the other key point. These guys have proven that you can tell them 20 minutes before they got to go pitch, hey, we need you to go get us 3 innings, and they can go do it. That's easier said than done. 1-2, and the curveball missed low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Chapman.
You and I were looking at it before the game started today. It's crazy for a team that's maybe the hottest in all of baseball. The Brewers at the moment are committed to just 2 starting pitchers in their rotation.
Yeah.
Mizorowski and Harrison. That's the only 2 currently that they're committed to.
2-2 pitch is down low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now, Coleman Crow's going to get another start. Sproat's going to get another start, more than likely.
And maybe Drowan does after tonight, too.
And Drowan might, too. Absolutely.
And maybe those are the other 3 until Brandon Woodruff can come back healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But doesn't have to be, as you said.
3-2 pitch. There goes the runner, but the pitch is low with a slider, and it is a walk to Chapman. So now first and second with 2 outs here, and Bryce Eldridge is the batter for San Francisco. And I think listening to Pat Murphy talk about Logan Henderson, that's trending in a good direction. I mean, it's going to be a little bit still, but I don't think we're anticipating a lengthy stay for Logan Henderson, which would be a big deal. Pitch missed outside, 1-0. He's kind of a forgotten man with this rotation. I mean, think about how good he's been.
He was really, before he got hurt, kind of establishing himself as that 3rd guy.
1-0 pitch, and Eldridge checks. They appeal to third. He did not check, says Edwin Jimenez. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. No, think about our conversation. He went out on that Friday against the Dodgers, remember, and pitched so well. And the conversation was basically, are these guys just trying to one-up each other? You know, Miz, Harrison, and Henderson. 1-1 is right through there for a strike, and it's 1-2. There's 3 straight scoreless outs from those 3 guys in 3 consecutive starts. And he was pushing himself right into that conversation with those guys. He's been nothing but effective when he's been healthy and available for the Brewers. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck out Eldridge with a slider, and Hall, a little bit of traffic, but puts up a 0 in the top of the 6th inning. The Giants strand a pair. We go to the bottom of 6. 8-2 Milwaukee on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family.
There's another ball. It scoots over near the Phillies dugout, and this ball is going to try to, it stays on the lip, and Schmidt's going to try to come home. Nobody's covering. Oh my goodness. The New York Mets flat fell asleep. No one covered home. I have never in my life seen that.
There's the feel. There's the results. The fire comes pouring out of Betts as he rounds the bases. His 2nd home run of the game.
At the warning track near the wall. It's gone! It's gone! A grand slam! Vaughn Grissom has put the Angels in front. He's driven in 6 tonight.
And a soft line drive. Hamilton snares it. What a play by Hamilton.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, I didn't give him a shot off the bat to come down to that baseball.
Deep center, Schneemann back. He leaps up. He made an incredible catch. Oh, my goodness.
Back goes Jackson. Merrill.
Get it, Jackson.
Jackson!
Jackson! Way to go, kid! Snatch it back. Yeah, we see ya. You're the man. Woo! That was awesome.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Milwaukee as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Christian Yelich to lead off this inning against Wilkin Ramos, who's still out there on the mound for San Francisco. Yelich is 1 for 2 tonight. He's been on base twice. He walked and scored in the 2nd inning. Scored after he got the base hit in the 4th inning. He takes a first pitch strike on a sinker at 95. And it's 0-1. Ramos worked the 5th inning. Gave up a hit, but that was all. 0-1. That missed outside. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. 6th inning is the Woodman's Food Market's home run inning. Our contestant is Kathy Coots from Fort Atkinson. 1 ball and 1 strike on Yelich. The pitch is a little low with a sinker. It's 2-1. Kathy will win a gift card jackpot of $700. If a member of the crew hits a home run this inning, $100 added to the total for each additional home run this half. Visit any participating Woodman store to enter. 2-1. Down in the dirt. Bounced all the way back to the backstop, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike on Yelich. Visit any participating Woodman store to enter. Service and savings. That's Woodman's. Visit WTMJ.com for official contest rules and details. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 96 from Ramos. And the count is full. It's 3-2 on Yelich. Top of the order. Yelich, Churio, Turang to hit here in the bottom of the 6th. Ramos 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Elevated a fastball at 96. Yelich went after it and came up empty. And there's one away here in the Brewers half of the 6th inning. Here's Jackson Churio. He's been on base twice.
Giants forgot to throw the baseball out of play for Wilkin Ramos, so he did it himself.
How about that? He knows it's his debut.
Good awareness.
First strikeout for Wilkin Ramos. Here's Churio in there for a strike, and it's 0-1.
That's actually pretty impressive that he had the mental awareness to be like, oh, I want to save that ball.
Yeah, I think that would be hard to have the ability to think through that in that moment. Pitch missed inside. But yeah, Churio offered at it, tried to check, but he went around. No balls and 2 strikes on Churio. I would think that the blood is pumping, the breathing's hard to control, and you're just trying to get through it at that point, right? 0-2 pitch. And a liner back picked on a hop by the second baseman. Arise jumps and throws from the bag and takes care of Churio. It's a nice play by Luis Arise, who is not necessarily known for his defensive prowess, but backhanded pick on a sinking liner, got it on a short hop, and then had to hurry the throw because of Churio's speed. Two outs and nobody on here for Turang. He takes low, and it's 1-0. Been a good night for Bryce at the plate. You always know when he's in a little bit of an extended funk that there's a big stretch around the corner for Bryce. Takes outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Double, 2-run triple tonight. A walk. He has not been retired. Ramos 2-0 pitch. That's down to the dirt all the way back to the backstop. It's 3-0. Yanked on a fastball at 95. Brewers lead it 8-2. 7-run second inning. That's the big moment in this game. 3-0 pitch to Turang. Missed inside and he walked him. So a 2-out walk, and that'll get Contreras to the plate for a 4th time tonight. Another walk drawn by the Brewers. Roop walked 5. Now Ramos has walked 1. So 6 walks drawn here tonight by the Brewers. And Contreras, who's 0 for 2 tonight, he does have an RBI. Hit the sac fly back in that 7-run second. First pitch to him. Breaking ball, swing and a miss at the slurve. And it's 0-1. Quiet in the Brewers bullpen, so D.L. Hall's going to go back out there for the 7th inning. Ramos looking in the 0-1. And this one is a soft liner into left center field. It is dying quickly, and it's going to get down. Turang turns second on his way to third. It'll be a blue single for Contreras, and the Brewers have him on the corners with 2 away. That was a sinker in, and he got jammed a little bit, but Contreras so strong he was able to muscle it out there into left center. And that'll get Bowers to the plate. Bowers 0 for 2 tonight, a walk and a run scored, a couple of strikeouts. His walk, though, we've talked about it, that was one of the most important at-bats of this game because he won a challenge on a 3-2 pitch that was initially called strike 3 and turned it into ball 4. Slurve misses low. It's 1 ball and no strikes. So the Brewers had their leadoff man aboard instead of 1 out, nobody on, and it changed the entire complexion of that inning, and the Brewers went on to score 7 runs. Ramos, 1-0 pitch to Bowers. He is over but low with a sinker, and it goes to 2-0. And here's a good count for Jake to try to do some damage, and I would be shocked if he doesn't try to do some damage right here. Ramos brings home the pitch, and he lays off a sinker away, and that was off the plate. Jake didn't go out there. It's 3 balls to no strikes. Give him a green light on 3-0.
Yeah, I think so.
The way he's been going, the pitch, he was taking all the way. He took a strike on the outside edge. It's 3-1.
Sometimes they just say you can swing. They're not forcing you to.
That's probably not a 3-0 swing. It's on the outside edge.
Pitcher's pitch.
Pitcher's pitch from Ramos. 3-1. That's way outside. He walked him, and now the bases are loaded. So from 2 outs, nobody on to the bases loaded. It's quiet in the Giants bullpen. Justin Message is going to go out there and send a message here to Ramos and let him catch his breath before Andrew Vaughn comes to the plate here. Vaughn is going to come to the plate with the bases loaded. Brewers already in control of this game, up 8-2, but it's a great opportunity to try to really give yourself some separation here in the later innings. Just a gorgeous night here tonight in Milwaukee. We've talked about it multiple times. Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound by message, wall-to-wall screens, elite dining, and over 95 kiosks. It's a fan's dream. Potawatomi Sportsbook, become a legend. And you can't beat this night tonight. This is fire pit season in Wisconsin. The best kind of season. So here's Andrew Vaughn. Bases are loaded. First pitch to him. Way outside, it's 1-0. Hopefully, if you are sitting out at the fire pit tonight on a Monday night, that would be kind of aggressive, but I encourage it. Hopefully you've got the radio with you and you're listening to Brewers baseball. The pitch swung on and chopped foul behind home plate. It's 1-1 on Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn 1 for 3 in this game. He's been going very good of late. Over to that first series back against the Cardinals. Still looking for home run number 2 on the season for Andrew Vaughn. Ramos, the 1-1 pitch. And a ground ball right side. That's going to get into right field for a base hit. 1 run is in. Around third is Contreras. He's going to score. Now the ball's misplayed out in right field. But Bowers didn't see Matt Erickson waving him, so he'll stop at third. And Vaughn ends up at second. It is 10-2 Milwaukee. Lee overran it out there in right. If Bowers picks up Erickson at third, probably another run comes in for the Brewers, but he was late to pick up Matt Erickson's windmill. And so he puts the brakes on at third, and now second and third and 2 outs, and Sal Frelick at the plate. It'll be a base hit and 2 RBIs for Vaughn as Frelick takes high, and it's actually takes a strike at the top of the zone. It's 0-1. Vaughn goes to second on the air. The 0-1 to Frelick. Breaking ball, line down the right field line, just foul. Oh, Sal almost had extra bases. It would have gotten him a couple of ribbies, too. Brewers 4 for 9 with runners in scoring position tonight. It's amazing how that comes and goes in waves over the course of the season. Ramos, the 0-2 pitch to Frelick, and that one swung on and fouled back. And for a moment there, I thought maybe Sal got a piece of the glove of Eric Haas as he looked back, but no catcher's interference. No balls and 2 strikes. Rengifo in the on-deck circle for the Brewers. 10-2 Milwaukee here in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch. And Sal, a liner into left. Coming in and making the catch is Schmidt. And the inning is over. Brewers put together a 2-out rally, though. And they played 2 more runs. It is 10-2 Milwaukee as we head to the 7th on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Steinhoffels is a proud part.
The pitch swung on and a foul off the foot of Dukes in the box, and then he just grabbed it out of the air with his right hand.
Ground ball to LaRoche. Oh, no. Doesn't realize he doesn't have the ball even.
He got the leather, doesn't have the horsehide.
Baroa has trouble, and it went into the shirt. He can't get it out of the shirt.
Jacobs handcuffed, can't find it. It was in the belt of his uniform.
Now he throws it by Nolasco.
He's trying not to laugh. Ohtani having just finished a scoreless top of the first, now armoring up for the bottom half. He is in the leadoff spot of the Dodgers batting order. Sugano's 1-1. Ohtani, dead center field. Did he get enough? You bet he did. He's just showing off once again. Back-to-back starts. He leads off the game with a homer.
Shohei's not going to miss anything like that. You can tell he is just locked right in.
Shohei Ohtani against Sugano is now 7 for 9.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
For the crew to tell you about those and to take you through the 7th. Here's Josh Mauer.
Actually, the Brewers are still trying to figure out those defensive changes. Blake Perkins was running to left field, and then he looked back at the dugout. He said, "Wait, didn't you want me to go play center?" And the answer was yes. So Jackson Chourio was warming up in center field between innings, and they said, "No, wrong spot." So Jackson goes to left. Perkins in center. Joey Ortiz enters the game at shortstop. DL Hall continues in the game and throws ball 1 away. Eric Haas leading off. Jake Bauers moved from left field to first base. David Hamilton moved from shortstop to second base. Pitches down and in, and it's 2-0. And Bryce Terang's out of the game. To take out Bryce after a great night. He was on base all 4 times that he came up there. Andrew Vaughn is out as well. So the men out are Vaughn and Terang. The pitch is in tight on Eric Haas from DL Hall. So it's 3-0. Meanwhile, it's a 10-2 Brewers lead here in the 7th inning. That was like a spring training game.
Yeah, a little bit. That's about as close as it gets.
3-0 coming. Haas took very high and he walks. It's not what DL Hall is looking for here with an 8-run lead. He walks the Giants catcher in front of Drew Gilbert, bringing a quizzical look to the manager's face. They just showed him on our television monitor. Here's the thing about DL this season, and that's the second walk that he's issued since coming in. He almost never gives up hits. He has been one of the hardest relievers to hit in baseball. Given up now 13 hits in almost 28 innings. Drew Gilbert second at bat. Lefty looks at strike 1. So there's the first strike of the inning. The problem's been then he does issue some free passes.
Yeah, when he's gotten into trouble, it's been because of the walks allowed.
Gilbert flew to center against Patrick. Swings, grounds one to short. Backhanded by Ortiz. He'll take the out at first. Gets it there in time to retire Drew Gilbert. 1 out here in the visiting 7th. Had a shot maybe to try to get the lead runner Haas going to second. David Hamilton now playing second base. And he was on his way to cover, but Joey said, "Now I'll just throw to first."
Haas having a little bit of fun with his former teammate Joey Ortiz after that at second base.
Now the first pitch on Casey Schmidt. Lobbed foul out of play down the right field line. Haas was probably saying, "I'm so fast, you couldn't get me out," going from first to second. Speed demon catcher. 0-1 pitch. Schmidt bloops one into shallow center field. Perkins broke back. So the second baseman, Hamilton, has to go out all the way, maybe 30 feet into center, and he made an incredible catch. Wow, David Hamilton for the second out of the inning. Sprinting back and reaching over his shoulder in shallow center field. 2 out, and Haas remains at second base.
Boy, he is hitting his stride defensively the last handful of games, isn't he, Josh? He's made some great plays at short, going back to that homestand. He's finished up against the Cardinals. He's starting to really play some defense.
And a swing and a miss by Rafael Devers against DL Hall. 0-1, 2 out. 10-2 Brewers in the 7th. Devers has walked and twice struck out. The 0-1 by Hall. In at the knees for a strike. 0-2. Yeah, Hamilton, between the plays he's made at short and second base, really just the last handful of days, putting together a nice highlight reel. Haas at second in the 0-2. Devers took outside. DL Hall trying to finish a second scoreless inning. And work around that leadoff walk. Sky is just about completely dark overhead. The 1-2 pitch, Devers takes outside on a breaking ball. The crew has been around since 1970. Habish, and Rotier even longer. if you're injured in an accident. Call the firm Wisconsinites have trusted for over 95 years. Habish, and Rotsier. 2-2 on the ever-dangerous Raffy Devers. Hall set, and he throws. And it's fouled, coming back off to our left. And into the Loge level. We'll do it again. Drive around the league brought to you by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors building Wisconsin together. First the 2-2 inside, spinning the shoulder to get back out of the way is Devers. It's a full count. Reds, it looks like, are going to lose. They're down to their last 3 outs against the struggling Royals. 9-1 Kansas City in a game that Kansas City's ace Chase Burns was supposed to start but got scratched right before the game due to illness. 3-2. High, and he walked it. So Devers comes back to take ball 4, second walk of the inning. And third of the outing for Hall. That'll bring Chris Hook out of the dugout for Potawatomi's sportsbook trip to the mound before Luis Arraez is going to come up and bat. It is a 10-2 Brewers lead. Wall-to-wall screens, elite dining, and over 95 kiosks. Potawatomi Sportsbook is a fan's dream. So 9-1 Kansas City leading in Cincinnati. That would end a 6-game losing skid for the Royals. That's in the bottom of the 9th. And Cincinnati would have lost 4 out of 5. St. Louis Cardinals tonight trailing Texas and Jacob deGrom 2-1 at Busch. That game's now in the bottom of the 7th inning. Rangers coming off of an impressive sweep this past weekend. Swept Kansas City, dominated them. DeGrom, 5 innings of scoreless baseball. It's in the hands of the bullpen. 2-1 Texas. Chris Hook back to the dugout here. It's 10-2 Brewers, and Hall delivers strike 1. A slider to Arraez. He's been on base twice tonight, a walk and a single. In fact, he singled against Hall last inning. Takes strike 2. Challenged, though, by Arraez. It's going to be a strike, and that's going to put San Francisco to no challenges left. It's right on the outside corner. Right on the edge. Brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. They don't play games, just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today. So 0-2 this time on Arraez. Hall throws. High fastball. He checked up. Late appeal. Third base umpire agrees with me. 1-2. With Haas at second and Devers at first. DL is ready. And the 1-2. Popped foul coming back over the screen off to our left. One of the great stories in baseball at the moment is the Chicago White Sox, who have won 5 in a row. They're about as hot as the Brewers have been the last few weeks. They've won 15 of 21 and are only a game out of first place in the AL Central. But tonight they're losing in Minneapolis 9-4 in the 7th, and they had their ace pitching, Davis Martin. 1-2. Grounded back past the mound. It deflects slowly to Ortiz. Right by the bag. He picks and steps on the base. Force out to end the inning. That hit the mound and it slowed down completely. Otherwise, I think that was going to go straight into center. And Joey Ortiz got there for the 6 unassisted fielder's choice. So DL works around a couple of walks. He's thrown 2 scoreless, and it's time to stretch. Milwaukee 10, San Francisco 2 on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
In the air, right center field. That ball is gone! Ball game! What a win! Oh, the milkman in the house. That's what I'm talking about, Birdland. Colton Cowser, an absolute bomb. First walk-off base hit of his career, and it's not a base hit only, it's a weaver.
2 outs, 2 strikes on Reggie, and you've got to know he's going to get the super sinker. The set, here it comes. The sinker swung on and missed. Reggie is fuming, and Dale Ford. Reggie
They say it's a game of numbers, pero el flow es completamente otra ciencia. Esto es flow mayor.
Toyota, let's go places.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games, just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Giants will go to their third pitcher of the night. It's a North Shore adult diaper pitching change. And the left-hander Matt Gage takes over for Wilkin Ramos as we go to the bottom of the seventh. 10-2. Brewers in front. More defensive changes too. Jung-Hoo Lee moved from right to center. Drew Gilbert moved from center to left. And we've got Victor Barracoto in the game in right field. Now it's a foul by Rengifo, who's leading off against Gage out of play. When I said earlier this is like a spring training Cactus League game, it's been that way this inning. Literally, like everybody's changing. The left fielder, Casey Schmidt, moved in to play shortstop, so Willie Adames is out of the game. Now the 1-1. High, and it's 2-1 from Matt Gage to Rengifo. Buddy Kennedy has taken over at third base, so Matt Chapman is out of the game. So they changed about 6 positions. 2-1 pitch is outside, and it's 3-1 on Rengifo. Uncle. Oh, so Gage, the new pitcher, into his 29th game of the year. He's been great for them. 3-1 pitch, grounded foul by Rengifo, wide of third. 7th inning stretch, sponsored by IslandResortGolf.com. Plan a Grand Slam getaway with Championship Golf, a luxurious spa, and nonstop gaming action. Visit IslandResortAndCasino.com today. Buddy Kennedy, who's now playing third base, was just selected from AAA today, so he's making his Giants debut. Been all over the majors the last couple years. 3-2 pitch, low. Sinker just below the knees to Rengifo, and he draws a leadoff walk. David Hamilton, Christian Yelich, Jackson Churio. 9-1-2 in the Brewers order. The next due up against Matt Gage. A 4-1 record with a save and a 1.96 ERA. Given up just 5 earned runs in 23 innings this year prior to tonight. Now the pitch, swing and a miss by Hamilton. 0-1, David has gone 1 for 3. He bunted for a hit in the middle of that 7-run second inning rally. It's the big salvo in this series opener. 0-1 pitch, line drive, base hit, pulled into right center field by Hamilton. First to third goes Rengifo as the new right fielder Barracoto throws it in. Second hit of the night for David Hamilton. The first 2 have reached against Matt Gage. They're on the corners with nobody out, already leading by 8 runs. Good inning for David Hamilton. Made a phenomenal catch in shallow center field going out from second base at the top of the inning. Telling you that this is a North Shore adult diaper pitching change. For even the heaviest of control problems, and the Giants have had many of those control problems tonight as Yelich takes ball 1. You just need a change when that's happening, and North Shore can help you out. You can visit NorthShore.com. They have walked 8 after Rengifo took ball 4 to begin this inning. Yelich has a walk. He's 1 for 3 in total with 2 runs scored. The 1-0. Poked in a shallow right center field, and that'll fall in there for a base hit. Scoring from third, Rengifo. First to third goes David Hamilton, and Christian Yelich bloops in an RBI single to make it 11-2 Milwaukee in the 7th. And there is still nobody out in the inning. Nice bounce back game tonight for Yelly. After he had just one hit in that series in Houston over the weekend, he's been aboard 3 times. And now Jackson Churio bats against the left-hander Gage. Still runners on the corners and nobody out. And the pitch. Swing and a miss over the top of a slider. Churio is 1 for 3 with a walk. The one hit was a big 2-run double. Back in that 7-run second. Gave the Brewers the lead. They've scored 11 unanswered runs in this game now. The 0-1, grounded through the right side. Another base hit by Churio. In from third trots Hamilton. This time Yelich will put on the brakes at second base. And Jackson's got his second RBI hit of the night. Make it 12 unanswered runs for the Brewers. They lead it 12-2. 3 RBI game for Churio. The first 4 to face Matt Gage have reached. Again, this guy has had a terrific season. He's really been one of the best in that San Francisco bullpen this season. And now it's Joey Ortiz occupying the 3 spot. He just came in at the top of the inning for Bryce Terang, and he shoots a foul back into the screen. It's 0-1. Up in the top section of the left field terrace, you've had about 75 young men take their shirts off and wave them around again in the Tarps Off crew. And they're chanting, Joey, Joey, as he takes ball 1 low from Gage. And that having been noticed by the other, say, 12 to 20-year-old men that are still in the ballpark tonight, now they're all starting to make their way up there. You can see it's like a moth to a flame. There they go. 1-1, tips off of Haas, foul. Change-up got a piece, and Joey is behind 1-2.
They have taken their shirts off. Are they waving them round their head like a helicopter?
Nope, just like they don't care.
Well, also works.
Ortiz batting 188. The homer 11 driven in this season. And he swings and fouls Gage's fastball back into the screen as they continue to chant Joey while they wave those T-shirts. Bryce Terang in this spot was on base all 4 times he batted tonight. 12-2 Brewers in the 1-2. Bounced it up there. Haas smothered it. And it's 2-2. Again, the defensive changes this inning. Gilbert moved from center to left. Schmidt moved from left to short. Chapman out of the game. Kennedy in at third. Lee moved from right to center. Barracoto took over in right. And Gage became the pitcher. Two on and none out. 4 straight have reached base. 2-2. Gage kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Back foot slider strikes out Joey. And there's the first out for Matt Gage. Well, we've still got 3 games to go in this homestand. It'll be night games tomorrow and Wednesday, and a matinee on Thursday. William Contreras bats, and he pops one up. Swings at the first pitch changeup, skies it into the blackened sky behind second base. Second baseman Arise on the retreat. About 10 steps onto the outfield, makes the catch. That's out number 2. Runners remain at first and second base.
Josh, the 3 hits in this inning have increased the odds of a position player pitching by 13% before this game is over.
And now here's Jake Bauers batting for a 5th time. 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Lefty-lefty, he takes a strike at the knees. What's the data that you put into that index to come up with that?
It's gut feel. Very scientific.
Well, it's a 10-run lead now. And the 0-1 pitch is outside to Bauers. So we got a couple more night games and a day game. This first 4-game series of the season for the Brewers. Then they're on the road to Colorado this weekend in the NL West week for the Brewers. They'll also go play the Athletics in Las Vegas on that trip. Breaking ball low, 2-1 on Bowers. Then back home, it's a party at the ballpark for Pride Night, Friday, June 12th. Brewers and the Phillies begin that next homestand after this one. Pride activations all around the ballpark. Get your seats, learn more. Brewers.com/community nights. 2-1 pitch. High on Bowers. Then on Saturday of that Phillies series, that's the 13th, it's William Contreras' trading card bobblehead giveaway. Courtesy of Nicolay Water. Get yours by being one of the first 25,000 fans through the gates. Brewers.com/tickets. 3-1. Outside, he walks for a third time, and the bases are loaded. Well, that's the second walk of this inning by Matt Gage. It's the 9th walk by the Giants tonight. What's that I said about control problems? NorthShore.com. It's going to be busy. Bases loaded for Blake Perkins. His first at bat of the night came into play center in the top of the inning. The pitch is called a strike. Fastball at the upper and outer portion of the strike zone.
A lot of runs tonight, Josh.
I mean, you've got a lot of runs. You also can visit NorthShore.com. North Shore Adult Diapers. 0-1 pitch. Perkins fouls it back and out of play. So it's 0-2. Bases loaded, 2 out, 2 in. It is 12-2 Brewers in the bottom of the 7th. Blake Perkins this season hitting .095. He is 6 of 63. 7 RBI though. And hitting from the right against the left-hander Gage. 0-2 pitch. Line drive in the left, right at the new left fielder, Gilbert, and he reaches up and makes the catch. Hard hit by Blake, but it carried right out to Drew Gilbert, who moved from center to left to the top at the beginning of this inning. So the Brewers get 2 and leave 3. We go to the 8th. 12-2 Milwaukee.
And 1 pitch, 1 out. Mets have him first and third. Little pop towards short. Mason's got it. Rocket to first, and they doubled him up. Bichette wandered too far off first, and Mason Wynn guns him out. Mason Wynn caught it, threw a bullet to first base to double up Bo Bichette. How about that? A 6-3 double play, doubling up the batter Young and Bo Bichette, leaving Soto at third.
Hey, it's Lourdes Gurriel Dog.
That's a nice touch. Pena power.
The perils of wearing earrings when you've got netting on the field.
That young fan, not a Newtbar fan.
What a present for Mom.
Oh my goodness, look at this guy.
Uso, yeah, Jay Uso, yeah.
Ended up just shot putting it. There's nobody on base.
There's a little debate for Domo and Kim watching the replay together.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
We go to the 8th inning. Grant Anderson's going to become the 4th pitcher tonight. Shane Drow in the first 4, 1 from Chad Patrick, 2 scoreless from DL Hall, and now it is Grant taking over with a 10-run lead. 12-2 Milwaukee, and to take us home here is Lane Grindle.
All right, thank you, Josh. Buddy Kennedy leads things off for the Giants. Anderson's first pitch to Kennedy is outside, and it's 1-0. Thank Josh for handling all those substitutions in the 7th inning for us. 1-0 to Kennedy is popped up, fouling out of play first base side. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, what were you doing?
I went to find some peanut M&Ms in the kitchen.
Where'd Layton go?
Good luck with that, Josh. Good teammate I am. 1 ball and 1 strike on Kennedy. Anderson's pitch, lashed foul and out of play down the right field line. It's 1-2. I didn't know they were going to do that. I mean, I had an idea they might, but really one of those M&Ms. I'm eating clean these days, Josh. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Anderson brings home the pitch and a fly ball into left. Racing in a few steps and making the catch is Churio. There's 1 away. Now Brewers turned this one into maybe not a laugher, but into a game they had control of pretty early on. Giants briefly had a 2-0 lead after a Matt Chapman 2-run home run, and then the Brewers put the pedal to the metal and never looked back. First pitch to Jung-Hoo Lee is low. It's 1-0. 7-run second. Added a run in the 4th. 2 more in the 6th. 2 more in the 7th. 1-0 pitch. And Lee pops it up foul and out of play down the third baseline. It's 1-1. And now the Tarps Off section is just chanting players' names until they acknowledge them. I believe Blake Perkins is the name they're chanting right now. 1-1 is a one-hopper to first. Backing up is Bowers. He's going to feed Anderson, who beats Lee to the bag. And there's 2 away. Nice play by Bowers. Had to play it back and did so. And now here's Victor Barracoto.
This is one of the few regular season games where you had to wait to see who came up to the plate to know what the batting order was, like a spring training game.
That's a great point. First pitch to Barracoto. It is a ground ball to short. A couple of hops out to Ortiz, pats the glove, fires across in time, and Grant Anderson with a 1-2-3. Top of the 8th inning. We go to the bottom of 8. It's 12-2 Milwaukee on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
When you're injured, you want quick, specialized care.
Turns out a minor tune-up to the Dodgers lineup may have Mookie Betts firing on all cylinders.
It's gone! There's the feel, there's the results.
Dave Roberts decided to give Mookie a new perspective on Tuesday, dropping him from his usual 2-hole down to the cleanup spot for the first time since 2017. Safe to say, Mookie's slumbering bat woke up.
And this ball is gone. A home run as Mookie announces he is back.
Betts went atomic against the Rockies, launching 2 homers and driving in 5.
Well, Betts in that cleanup spot, and that's exactly what he's been doing with runs. He's been cleaning them up.
And hey, shout out Andy Pages. He shifted up into the 2 spot, racked up 4 hits, and extended his MLB leading RBI total. The Dodgers have been winning and are on top in the NL West, but getting Mookie Betts back to his old self makes their chances at a three-peat look a whole lot better.
Sitting beside Mike in the clubhouse, he's a huge card guy. Just watching him go through boxes and boxes of cards, I kind of got a little bit of the edge. You rip a pack and you just kind of get what you get and see what you see.
Yeah, so see what we got. Jose Ramirez.
Ready for Alta.
Look at this one here, Joe. This is...
Oh, yeah, keep that off to the side right there. Man, you're going to rock, paper, scissors.
Go against him.
1 of 25, Andrew McCutchen. This is absolutely beautiful. That is fantastic.
Skilled union laborers throughout Wisconsin. Learn more at LiunaWisconsin.org. Buddy Kennedy is the position player pitching. First pitch to Sal Frelick in there for a strike. It's 0-1. That's LiunaWisconsin.org and feel the power. 0-1 pitch, and Sal took a little low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. This is a position player that is just kind of throwing it in there. 1-1 pitch is popped up foul, or not foul, into shallow left. Coming in is Gilbert, the left fielder, to make the catch. And there's one away. And we see some position players that try to do funky stuff with their timing. Maybe they throw like little knucklers in there. This kind of feels like he's just throwing it in there pretty straight at about 65, 66 miles an hour. Feels kind of like BP speed right now. Here's Luis Rengifo. Pitch brought home, missed inside. It's 1-0. Leinenkugel's Summer Shandies, a refreshing Weiss beer, natural lemonade flavor. Leinenkugel's, flavor the moment. 12-2 Brewers, bottom of the 8th inning. Kennedy out of the windup, the 1-0 pitch, and Rengifo took a strike on the outside edge, and it's 1-1. Daniel Susak is in the game at third base now, replacing Kennedy, who is now pitching. By the way, Josh, the odds of a position player pitching have increased by 100%. 1-1, and Rengifo hits it fouling out of play third base side, 1-2. 10 for ID on the Brewers Radio Network. Rengifo hits a ground ball up the middle, backhanded by the second baseman Arise. The throw to first is not in time. Rengifo beat it out. And so it's an infield single for Luis Rengifo, his second hit of the night. How about Rengifo on base 4 times tonight? Well, position player, we'll say 3.5 times tonight. He did, he beat it out. Now it still counts just the same. David Hamilton, the batter, and a fly ball to right field, hit pretty well. Back on it is Barracoto, looking up, it is off the wall. Rengifo lumbering around second on his way to third. Into second with a double is Hamilton. And the Brewers have second and third. And one away. Chance at some network health insurance runs that are probably not needed at this point for the Brewers. Visit networkhealth.com to find the health insurance plan to fit your needs. Insurance, it's what they do. So here's Christian Yelich. Yeah, that's the thing, Josh. You know, there's a position player pitching right now, but at the end of the year, there's no asterisk. Yelich takes outside. It's 1-0.
It's like you earn the right by having a good game to get these swings against a position player.
It's a good point. 1-0 pitch. And Yelich, a fly ball down the left field line. This is hooking into the corner and foul. And it's 1-1.
How about the day for Buddy Kennedy? He was in AAA this morning. They call him up. Makes his team debut, and now he's pitching.
They called him up and said, we need a fresh arm tonight. 1-1. Yelich takes up and away, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Welcome back to the Bigs.
And now time is called as I think a ball came down onto the field. So we get that cleared. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And Yelich took low. It's 3-1. They give us a little handout before every game of the relievers and pitchers against position players. Here's a line drive into left field. It's a base hit. Rengifo will score. Stopping at third is Hamilton. Yelich drives in another. It's his 3rd hit of the night. He's been on base 4 times. RBI number 18 on the season for Yelich. And out first and third for Jackson Chourio. It is 13-2 Milwaukee. That breaks out all the pitchers and what the matchups against the hitters have been like over the course of their careers. They don't give us those for position players versus position players. Chourio swings on and fouls it back and out of play 0-1. So I'm pretty sure this is the first meeting between Buddy Kennedy and Jackson Chourio, but I can't tell you for sure. I don't have the piece of paper. 0-1. Down in the dirt. I think he tried to throw a knuckleball or something there. Slipped out. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Jackson. 1-1 pitch. Up and in all the way back to the backstop. Yelich is going to jog to second base. Hamilton stayed put at third. 2nd and 3rd now. Chourio's had a good night. He's been on 3 times. Had the 2-run double back in the 2nd inning. An RBI single last inning. 2 balls and 1 strike on Jackson. Here's the pitch. And that missed low. It is 3-1. Brewers still up there kind of grinding out the at-bat a little bit. You know, a lot of times you get up there, you just kind of swing when there's a position player on the mound, but the Brewers are not going to leave the zone if they don't have to. That's up and in. It's a walk to Chourio. So the bases are loaded now for Joey Ortiz. Of course they are. The Brewers do not have a grand slam this year. It would be fitting if Joey Ortiz delivered the Brewers' first grand slam of the year, and it would be interesting if it came off a position player. That's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Bases loaded, 1 out, 1 in the inning. And the pitch, Joey took down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. 13-2 Brewers here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Kennedy brings home the 1-1. This is a little squibber down the right field line, foul. And it's 1-2 on Ortiz.
I can't believe how many young men were even in the ballpark here tonight to get up to the tarps off section of the last inning. I mean, it's quintupled.
1-2 pitch. And Ortiz fouls it out of play first base side. Stays at 1-2. Games like this, that's what the tarps off section was made for, right? Here's the pitch. A liner into right center field. That's going to get down and plug the gap for Ortiz. 1 run is in. Yelich around third. He's going to score. Chourio will stop at third. It's a 2-run double for Ortiz. And the Brewers lead it 15-2. $75 to the MAC Fund, courtesy of West Bend, the Silver Lining. And the Brewers have had their way tonight. Still runners at second and third, and now Contreras is the batter. There's a pitch down below the zone, and Ortiz went down and got it. Contreras takes the ball. It's 1-0. 1-0 pitch. And a fly ball. Right center field. On the move is Lee. He'll make the catch on the warning track. Tagging from third and scoring is Chourio. On his way to third is Ortiz. It is 16-2 Brewers. And now there's 2 outs. Another sac fly off the bat of Contreras. His second one tonight. He's got 36 RBIs on the season now. And here's Jake Bauers. Kennedy's first pitch. Bauers lines one foul down the third base line and out of play. It's 0-1. 16 runs on 18 hits tonight for the Brewers. The 0-1 pitch floats up there for a ball, and it's 1-1.
They have more runs and more hits than they had in the previous 4 games combined.
This is the most runs in a game for the Brewers now this year as Bauers takes his strike, and it's 1-2. Previous high was 14. Bauers takes a ball. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Most hits in a game were previously 16, so they've surpassed that as well. Bauers takes outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So this is the biggest night offensively the Brewers have had this year. 3-2 pitch. Bauers swung on it, fouled it straight back. Oh, he took a big cut. He's laughing at himself after that one. That one was floating up there like a beach ball for Jake. 3-2 pitch. Fouled it straight back. And he's jumping at it. Some Little League dad is yelling, "Stay back on it, Jake." Here's the 3-2 pitch. Down and in. He works the walk. And Blake Perkins will be the batter. 9th batter of the inning. Runners on the corners. Starting to become a lengthy inning. Buddy Kennedy, 33 pitches now. Credit to him, he's wearing this one for his team. Pitch to Perkins is up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. $16-2 Brewers. Kennedy's pitch popped up, Foul territory, first base side. Eldridge, does he have room? No. It'll find the seats about 4 rows deep. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Perkins. Perkins hit it hard in his only at bat tonight back in the 7th. He lined out to left. One ball and 1 strike on Blake. The pitch took high. It is 2-1. The pitch, swing and a miss. Buddy Kennedy got a whiff. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kennedy brings home the pitch. That missed outside. And it is 3-2. Perkins hitting right-handed against Kennedy. And grounds this one right back to the second baseman, Arise. Throws to first in time, and the inning is over. Brewers get 4 across. They lead it 16-2 as we go to the 9th on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Miller time. People think it just happens, but that's...
Dave Holtz now stands in. He gets fisted toward the Angel dugout. Got folks moving. Again, slapped that way. Same spot. Uh-oh. Gray with the 0-2 pitch. Same spot almost. Still 0-2.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
I'm Jonathan Nahum, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
The 9th for the Crew. They lead it 16-2 over the San Francisco Giants. Game 1 of this 4-game series. Giants could still win this series. It's going to be tough for them to win the aggregate score. When it's all over. 14-run advantage for the Brewers. Here in this top of the 9th inning. Bryce Eldridge is the batter. Woodford brings home the pitch, and it's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Eldridge tonight, 1 for 3, a double and a couple of strikeouts. Woodford's pitch missed with that splitter down low. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. 28,154 tonight here at American Family Field. Many of them making their way to their cars. Woodford's 1-1 is rolled foul over near the Brewers dugout. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, been a fun night at the ballpark. Always fun when the local 9 is having their way with the opposition, and that's what's happening here tonight. Brewers just don't play a lot of games like this in either direction. So many of their games are close and tight late. Pitch is a called third strike, and Eldridge is retired via the ortho ASAP strikeout by Jake Woodford. 1 away for Eric Haas. Brewers 2 outs away from win number 36 on the season. It'll be their 23rd win in 31 games. First pitch to Haas, missed outside. It's 1-0. And a tough season for San Francisco will continue after tonight. They will fall to 14 games below 500. The 1-0 pitch. Haas took a strike on the outside edge. It's 1-1. It's really worked out well for the Brewers in terms of the pitching plan tonight as well. 1-1 pitch is up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. When you score runs like the Brewers have tonight, it impacts every other thing on your team, including your pitching staff. It allowed them to only have to ask for 1 inning out of Chad Patrick and go a couple of innings with Hall. Here's a chopper off the end of the bat and a foul ball to first base. Bowers picked it up after it looked like maybe it had cleared the bag, but it was just foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Haas. They got an inning out of Grant Anderson. Now trying to get an inning out of Jake Woodford, but really everybody would be available tomorrow besides Shane Drowan now for the Brewers. Bullpen will be in very good shape going into the rest of this series. And again, if this is a tight game, if it's a 2-1 game or something like that, when Patrick comes in the 5th, he may have had to work through the 7th or 8th inning. 2-2 pitch. This one's fouled out of play. First base side. Stays at 2-2. And, of course, the other part of it is, and Josh pointed this out earlier, that it helps you as you try to figure out what you're going to do in games 3 and 4 of this series, just from a starting pitching standpoint. It gives you more options. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That was the sweeper. Woodford with an ortho ASAP strikeout of Haas. And the Giants down to their last out. And it'll be Drew Gilbert. Left-handed hitter. Gilbert came into the game as a pinch hitter in the 5th inning for Jonah Cox, who started this game. Woodford raises the leg. First pitch is right through there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Gilbert has gone 0 for 2 tonight. Excited about the Jacob Mizorowski show around here. Ground ball to second base. Big hop out to Hamilton. Tosses to first in time, and this one's in the books. The Brewers turn this one into a lapper. A 16-2 final. A season high in runs and in hits tonight for Milwaukee. The Brewers win their 36th of the season. They improved to 36-21. Brewers take game 1 of this series in big fashion here tonight. We're back to tell you about it after this on the Brewers Radio Network.
For every mile of highway, every bridge connecting our communities, the skilled union laborers of Liuna, Wisconsin are on the job. They're building and maintaining the infrastructure our Wisconsin residents, industries, and economy depend on every day. So when you see construction signs, orange barrels, and flashing lights, please slow down. Those work zones protect Liuna's skilled men and women. Strong.
You could describe Tulsa as a